evening and welcome to Week 9 of high school football here from the Toledo Area Athletic Conference tonight. A showdown on paper here coming in as you look at two of the top three teams in the conference this year. It's the 7-1 Ottawa Hills Green Bears ready to face the 6-2 Montpelier Locos. Ottawa Hills comes in 2-0 in the TAC entering tonight. Montpelier in the midst of their best season since 2016. They are 1-1 in the Toledo Area Athletic Conference. Joining me, of course, on the broadcast tonight is our good friend and former Hilltop head football coach and head coach now of the Montpelier girls basketball program, Mike Bumb. And Foz, as we get ready for this one tonight, this is, on paper, one of the marquee matchups in Northwest Ohio. For Ottawa Hills, an expected season. For Montpelier, maybe outside that circle of a football team, a little unexpected run to 6-2.
Maybe so. And this is a Montpelier team right now with 5-2. Could just as easily be 6-1. 6-2 could just easily be 7-1. But philosophically, you look at it and you look back at the teams that they played. They could have lost a couple in there too. Edgerton stands out a little bit in that overtime victory, but it's been a fantastic season for the Locomotives. Going to be a tall task tonight though against this Green Bear team who is solid. Their only loss against state-ranked Michigan powerhouse, a year in and year out, Whiteford, Michigan.
Yeah, and this is a team that, as we said, expected to be good. They brought a lot of kids back this year. 8 starters on offense, 7 starters on defense. They have speed all over the place, Mike Bum, and I think also a couple of things. Physical up front, which you don't normally associate necessarily, and you think with the Ottawa Hills team, but they're physical up front. And you look at what they're doing, I think, quietly, defensively, they've been really good. A lot of people talk about that offense, and rightly so, but they have been really good on the defensive end, too.
Really haven't been challenged except for that Whiteford game, which went right down to the wire there, and they lost that game by 2 points. So every other game has been a mop-up. So the key for Montpelier is get them into a situation where they have not been in very often, except for that Whiteford game. Get them in a competitive game in the fourth quarter. Montpelier's been in a couple competitive games, more so than what Ottawa Hills has done. How will Ottawa Hills respond if they're pushed back? That'll be the question tonight. But for Montpelier to do that, they're going to have a fast start, control the line of scrimmage, or at least compete. I don't think they're good enough to win the line of scrimmage. Got to compete up front, get a couple big plays with those athletes that Montpelier has out front. And that D-line for Montpelier, which I think is kind of underrated, going to have to really hang tough against that vaunted running attack of Ottawa Hills.
We're going to take our first break, our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the head coaches when we come back. Andy Robinson of Montpelier and first-year head football coach at Ottawa Hills, Brandon Carter, will be joining us next as we roll on Week 9 of high school football Friday on what is a windy, dreary night now. No rain yet. Expected to be in the Toledo area right around the 9 o'clock hour, we understand. But heavy rain here or heavy wind now and heavy rain expected later. More to come on that pregame show, the Brian Ford Lincoln Conversations, when we come back. For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment delivers proven performance and efficiency, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Get the all-new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95, or pick the popular MS-170 chainsaw for just $179.95. Pick your power, and then pick up a Steel. All prices BES SRP at participating retailers.
See Black Swamp Equipment or go to blackswampequipment.net. Looking to earn good good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City.
And we welcome you back to our pregame show. It's time now for our conversation with the coach, presented by Brian Ford Lincoln. And we are talking with Montpelier head coach Andy Robinson. And Andy, coming off a nice win for your kids last Friday night over Northwood. What were some of your takeaways from the game last Friday night?
It was, we got hit with some rain, and it became a real kind of gritty game for us. So we had to round maybe more than what we originally planned on. But we did a great job controlling the clock, keeping the game moving, and then our defense just continues to make stands week after week. So we were able to find a way to pull it out.
I think as fans, we all get excited when we look at the offensive side of things, the points on the board, that sort of thing. But as you well know, defense is a huge part of it as well. Talk about how this defense has gotten better as the season has gone on.
The defense, in all honesty, we're sitting at 6 wins, and the defense is responsible for probably at least 5 of them. Steve Branch, he's just done such a good job. I've mentioned his name time after time, but he's done such a good job of having these kids prepared each week. And they've done such a good job of just taking what he's asking, making sure that they know what's going on, and being able to follow a defensive game plan. And we've been able to stop teams. We've been able to hold teams, to lower points than what we have in the past. And it gives our offense an opportunity then to score a few times and win a ball game. So they've just done a great job of following what we're asking them to do. We've been tackling better this year, keeping people, inside the tackle box, where we're the strongest right now.
All right, so big one for you here with Ottawa Hills. I'm sure you know what's at stake. I'm sure the kids know what's at stake. Have you talked about that at all? Do you try to just treat it as a normal week, if you will? How have you kind of approached the mental aspect of this big game with Ottawa Hills?
No, we've talked about it. I believe in being very upfront with the kids and making sure they understand what we're playing for, and that's a shot at a shared TAC title. And also, we're playing for playoffs right now. Each week in these last 2 is like a playoff for us. So the kids know, they know that we have to go out and we got to win this week. And we're going to go over, and we keep talking to them. We're going to throw our best punch. And we're not going over there to lay down. Ottawa Hills is a really good football team. We know it's going to be a challenge, but, I think we're a pretty good football team right now, too. And I think we've got a shot to go over there and surprise some people and keep our season alive.
All right, so let's talk Ottawa Hills on the field. What do you know about them?
Extremely fast. They got some dudes that can run. We've really got to contain them. Got some dudes that can really fly over there. They're extremely physical. They got a lot of depth. So they've kind of been the front runners the last few years. So we know we got to, keep them contained. Don't let them, run wild on us. And we got to be able to control when they're on the field.
One of those games, Andy, where it all starts up front. The O-line, the D-lines need to really play well in this one?
Yeah, if we can control them, if we can dent them back and keep them, from pushing us off the line, that obviously makes their running game, it makes them, bump back, it makes them bow out. It allows us to control kind of what's going on, so absolutely.
Well, you know what confidence can be, what it means for 16, 17, 18-year-old kids. That in mind, how important is it to maybe get off to a good start in this game and have some success early on against Ottawa Hills?
Yeah, just like every week has been for us, we got to try to start fast, and we got to stay in this game for as long as we can. When you're a bit of the underdog, you just got to kind of hang around, give yourself an opportunity towards the end. And I think that's what we're going to be able to do. Special teams in a big game can always kind of maybe swing the pendulum one way or another. Talk about special teams, what you've seen from your kids, maybe what you've seen from them. Special teams can always leave an imprint on a big game like this, can't they? Yeah, for sure. And, they set up, and they're going to try to steal possessions off of their kickoff. We got to do a great job of making sure that we're controlling the ball, not allowing them to get extra possessions. and they got some really dangerous returners. So we have to be really dynamic in what we're doing, special teams-wise. We got to try to keep it away from the two Pillarelli brothers. Don't let them have the ball in their hands and, score when they're not on offense.
Montpelier head coach Andy Robinson. It's our conversation with the coach presented by Brian Ford Lincoln. Andy, always enjoyed the talk. Appreciate the time. Go get them Friday night. Best of luck.
Thanks again for the coverage.
Absolutely. Stay with us. More in our pregame show when we come back.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
When you're on the road this summer, your rewards checking account at Midwest Community has deals from coast to coast that you can access online or in the app. It goes where you go, so you never miss a sweet deal on dining, hotels, entertainment, and more. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, just use the built-in roadside assistance to get back up and running. You also get cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more, all included with your rewards checking account. It's banking that connects to life in all the ways you do. Learn more today at midwestcommunity.org.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, and take it home today. They carry hundreds of new, used, and scratch and dent appliances in stock, and they carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE to take home right now with you. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Welcome back. We continue on with our pregame show and our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coach as we are talking with Ottawa Hills head coach Brandon Carter. And, well, Brandon, you come into this game tonight with a record of 7-1. Overall, let's talk about some of the things that you've liked that you've seen. And I'm sure at 7-1, there's been a lot of positives so far this year.
Well, we've improved each week, so that's always good to see. And with the games being a little lopsided, it's given our younger guys the opportunity to get a lot of reps, meaningful reps, because we don't have JV. So that's been good, and helping those guys develop and just keeping them engaged, too, with everything. So, but overall, I mean, just the improvement that we made each week, no matter who the opponent is, and our approach has always been the same. So that's one thing that I've really been excited to see. Like, it doesn't matter who we play. You know, the kids, they still are locked in, they're focused, they come to practice and get after it every day. So that's really encouraging.
Brandon, as far as on the field, what areas have you seen the most improvement out of this bunch?
I mean, honestly, everywhere. But I mean, up front, I mean, those guys have really gelled together on the offensive line and the defensive line. So it's just been really good to see those guys working together as a unit and coming together and really establishing the line of scrimmage every week. They take pride in that. And it's just been good to see those guys. Chase Miller, he's done a good job from week one up until now developing that quarterback. Like, he's really been getting better each week and evolving, man. So it's just good to see. I mean, Rocco Pillarelli, he's gotten better each week also. I mean, he's running behind his pass. He's making his one cut, getting upfield and getting vertical. So, like, all these guys, man, they've shown so much improvement throughout the year, and it's just been a great thing to see.
You know, Brandon, I think we can get caught up sometimes looking at the offensive numbers that you guys have been putting up, some impressive numbers to say the least, and maybe we kind of lose sight that, hey, you guys have been playing some pretty outstanding defense as well. Let's talk about that side of the ball and what you've seen out of your team defensively so far this year.
Oh, this is by far the best the best defense that we've had in school history. And we were just going back and looking at it. I believe the starting defense have only given up. It's like maybe like 30, like in the 30s or something like that, 35 points, maybe 40 they've done an excellent job, man. I mean, Coach Norendorf, Brian George, those guys do a great job of getting the defense ready to go every week. Those guys play fast, physical, and fierce on defense. They fly to the football, even causing a lot of turnovers the last couple of weeks, too, giving the offense extra possession. So that's been good, and we just have to keep that up. Obviously, the competition will be a little more stiffer coming up these next few weeks, which is good because it'll get us prepared for the playoffs. So we're looking forward to the challenges.
All right, let's talk about your next opponent in Montpelier. Tell me what you know about them.
Well, their quarterback's pretty good. He'll be the best quarterback that we faced up until this point, and then next week, obviously, Eden has a really good quarterback too. But he's pretty good offensively. They'll spread you out, try to get their athletes the balls in space, and he does a good job of using his legs, whether he wants to run or whether he wants to buy time with his legs and find his receivers downfield. So we got to make sure defensively that we lock on with our guys when he does take off and run and scramble and try to buy that time to find those guys down the field. So like I said, they're explosive offensively. We got to limit those explosive plays and make them earn, and I think we'll have a good chance to be successful.
What have you seen, Brandon, out of Montpelier on the defensive side of the ball?
They fly to the ball. They do some stuff with their backers. They do a lot of stunts and different things like that, slanting, angling with the stunts behind them. So up front, we just got to make sure that we got our eyes up and we know where they're coming from and pick those guys up so we don't have any leakage between the gaps, and I think we should be okay.
Well, we've talked offense, we've talked defense. As you well know, I mean, special teams and big games like this can always, turn the tide one way or the other. Talk to us a little bit about your special teams play this year and what you've seen out of that group.
Well, I mean, I feel like we can always be better. But, I mean, we scored a couple touchdowns on special teams. Kickoff returns been good for us this year. We ran a couple of back. Field goal-wise, our kicker, he's done an excellent job. Extra points and field goals and stuff like that, too. So we just got to make sure that we just keep improving and getting better and better each week. I told our kicker, I said, listen, man, I said, because he's missed a couple, and he came back and bounced back, and then he made something to it. I just told him that it's going to come down to you, like we're in playoff time, that you're going to win us a game with your legs. So just make sure mentally you're ready to go and be locked in and engaged and always think that the next one is going in. So that's been his approach.
How important is it in a game like this that you get off to a good start, have some success early in the contest, kind of settle everyone down?
Yeah, it's very important. I mean, like I said, we want to establish and impose our will on the other team. That's always our goal going in. So we just got to make sure that we come out ready to play. Because, like I said, I mean, they're explosive, man, and they can score quick. So, I mean, you look up, it could be, 14-0 that we, don't come ready to play and we're just out there moping around, not doing what we're supposed to do and flying around and stuff. But I think we'll be ready to go. The guys are looking forward to the challenge, so I think we'll be good to go.
Well, Brandon, we appreciate the time. Hats off on a job well done up to this point. We wish you success going forward.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. It's our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the coach as we've been talking with Ottawa Hills head coach Brandon Carter. Stay with us. More on our pregame show coming up.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Wake up the kids and head out to Knocking Point Outfitters on County Road 17, just south of Bryan, for some pancakes and pumpkin carving October 21st. A free will pancake breakfast by the Knocking Point Deadeyes begins at 8 a.m. Then pick out your pumpkin and get carving for the Facebook carving contest. It's all taking place Saturday, October 21st at Knocking Point Outfitters, County Road 17, just south of Bryan, the starting point for every perfect shot.
Loading the kids in the car. brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent. Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back out here in Ottawa Hills at Norm Niedermeyer Stadium. Foz, I want to get your thoughts on this one here tonight. Let's start with Montpelier to get a big win on the road and keep playoff hopes alive, because that's something worth noting as we get the night going on. We're going to talk a lot about playoff scenarios. But to do that and tack hopes alive, what does Montpelier have to do tonight at Ottawa Hills?
Great question. Compete on the line of scrimmage, Andy. I think Ottawa Hills is so strong up front on both sides of the football. I don't think Montpelier is going to win that battle. But if they can compete up front, stalemate Ottawa Hills, get Ottawa Hills in some third down situations. The weather's going to start to come in sometime tonight. It's already pretty windy out there. That would be advantageous, more so to Ottawa Hills. You asked me what Montpelier needs to do. But certainly Montpelier is going to have to win up front, or at least compete up front in the trenches. They can't afford Ottawa Hills to do what they've been doing against everybody this year. Chunking teams 5, 6, 7, 15-yard plays at a time, running the football with great effectiveness.
All right, let's flip the script tonight to the Green Bears to take care of business at home on their homecoming night and set up the showdown with Eden. What are their keys?
So I think this, again, same thing we talked about winning the line of scrimmage, but Ottawa Hills is going to have to prohibit Montpelier from getting the big play. Montpelier's been pretty effective. They're getting better as time goes on with the throwing game with Hayden Sharps, making big chunk plays. And what do I mean by big chunk plays? I mean 20 yards or more at a time. I think this hang early on. Here's why. The weather's going to start coming in the second half. If Ottawa Hills can hang with Montpelier defensively against Montpelier's pretty good passing attack. Montpelier hasn't been that good running the football. That's been all throwing. So if they can hang with them that first half, the weather's going to start coming in the second half. Ottawa Hills runs the ball much more effectively than Montpelier has. I think that's the key. So win that first half is so important for both teams really tonight, because going in the second half is going to be a completely totally different game.
A couple of injury notes. We already knew from the last game we did with Montpelier, no Brennan Friend. His season is done with the knee injury. Still no Nathan Rummel. He didn't play against Van Loo, so he won't play tonight either as well. So, you look at numbers, that takes him down to 19 healthy bodies, or as healthy as you're going to be in week number 9, because let's face it, not everybody is healthy, or nobody is really fully healthy now. But 19, Ottawa Hills isn't going to overwhelm you with numbers. They have smallish numbers like Montpelier too, but I feel like that for Montpelier, it's even more magnified in staying healthy.
Yeah, and that's fair, Andy. And again, Ottawa Hills does have a little bit more depth than Montpelier, and Montpelier is senior dominated. They've gotten 9 quality seniors, really good class this year, but the depth is an issue like it is for every single class, and you said it better than anything. It's magnified more with Montpelier, because I think the drop-off, quite frankly, is significant between your first string and then who you're bringing in there. And when you only have a 19-man roster, 2 really good football players who are not playing tonight, and Brendan Friend and Nathan Rummel, that makes a difference. That's like you lose 2 kids.
Yeah.
When you got a roster of 21 or 22, 2 kids that play both ways that are starters, forget about saying that's like 4 kids. It's more than that.
Yeah.
It's like 6 or 7 kids.
And then you look at the number of 14 of the 9. I mean, you have a handful that really, if they play, they're not necessarily officially ready for Friday night, but sometimes they see minutes and playing time because of injury or illness.
For sure. And tonight's not the night that you want to get a kid his feet wet in a game like this. Because I'm telling you what, Ottawa Hills is legit. They've essentially already made the playoffs. So that's done. Again, as we talked about in our pregame, their only loss was against State Power year in and year out. If you know anything about football, Whiteford, Michigan, they are the legitimate real deal. They lost to them by 2 points at home here in Ottawa Hills. That's their only loss. Every other game has been Route City. Okay, so Montpelier's got to hang, weather the storm early on, compete up front. But I'll tell you something here. For Locomotive fans that are out there, Montpelier's D-line is pretty good. That front 7 for Montpelier is not bad at all. Okay, of course, led by Eli Fackler, who's been outstanding all year. But they've got some other parts right in there. And the Locomotives can hang, I think, up front. They got a chance to win.
Time for a break. When we come back, the kickoff tonight from Ottawa Hills. It's the Ottawa Hills Green Bears and Montpelier on B-Rock Sport.
The weather is turning the corner, and it's a great time to freshen up the outside of your home with Clark & Kensington Paint from Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan. You'll find all you need at Donaldson's, from brushes and rollers to the best paint on the market. Clark & Kensington. It's ultra durable, resists cracking, peeling, and flaking, provides a mold and mildew-resistant finish with VOC, and it can be applied in temperatures as low as 35 degrees. So finish up your painting projects with paint from Donaldson's Ace Hardware in Bryan. Ace, the helpful place. Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
When you're on the road this summer, your rewards checking account at Midwest Community has deals from coast to coast that you can access online or in the app. It goes where you go, so you never miss a sweet deal on dining, hotels, entertainment, and more. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, just use the built-in roadside assistance to get back up and running. You also get cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more, all included with your rewards checking account. It's banking that connects to life in all the ways you do. Learn more today at midwestcommunity.org.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
Some numbers on Ottawa Hills season. Foz mentioned they have routed almost everybody except that Whiteford game. Rolled to wins over Gibsonburg, Evergreen, and Swanton to start the year. Then the loss to Whiteford, 26-21, and then big wins over Erie Mason, Northwood, Hilltop, and Cardinal Stritch. They've given up 14 total points in the last 3 weeks. Chase Miller is their quarterback. He's thrown for 1,141 yards, and how about these numbers? You talk about efficiency, 20 TD passes. He's thrown 1 interception all season. Rocco Pillarelli has rushed for 1,100 yards, 16 touchdowns, 7.5 yards a carry. His brother Reddick Pillarelli has gone for 330 and 10 yards per carry on the season. As far as receiving, Reddick Pillarelli, the leading receiver, 23 catches for 360 and 8 touchdowns. Jack Perozic, 22 catches for 288 and 4 touchdowns on the season. For the Montpelier Locomotives, season that's been their best since 2016. They have gone 6-2 on this season. They are 1-1 in the TAC. Their quarterback is Hayden Sharps. He's thrown for 1,463 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. The leading rusher on the year is Sharps. The leading receiver is Cam Smith in receptions and yardage, 31 catches for 496 and 5 touchdowns. And then it's Braden Brink with 15 catches for 390 and 5 touchdowns on the season. Second year for Andy Robinson, and big culture change. He has done a terrific job. Right guy at the right time. He's 9-9 as a head football coach. Brandon Carter, who spent some time as a junior high coach here and is now in his first season replacing Chris Hardman. Hardman, of course, was in his second stint at Ottawa Hills. And Brandon Carter is off to a 7-1 start. Mike already mentioned the playoff spot. Ottawa Hills has clinched a spot in Division 6, and they were there last year at 8-2, and the TAC champs at 4-0. And they also are a football team that is now hoping to secure a home game. They have this one tonight and a huge one with Eden coming up on next Friday night. And, of course, we'll have that one for you as well. Ready to go, and it will be Ottawa Hills who will get the football first here Montpelier will get the football first. Teeing it up will be Micah Walker for Ottawa Hills. Our first visit, not yours, but our first as a broadcast team. 30 years it took me to get here, and I now see why you love this, because I love it as well. A football stadium that is resting and nestled right in the center of the Ottawa Hills community and neighborhood.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Ange, if you get bored tonight, go down to the concession stand. You'll not find a better concession stand in Northwest Ohio.
Here's the run-up and the kick and the Foz on the Food Network and BNO, and it'll be received by Brink inside the 20 to the 30. Got a little room, and he's chopped down across the 35 at about the 37-yard line. He'll be tackled there, and Montpelier will have pretty good field position to start this game. Happy to have you with us here tonight. We will talk a lot about postseason ramifications. For Montpelier, the picture has gotten pretty clear. They know now. They thought 7 initially might get them in, but now they're going to need to win the last 2 more than likely to get into the postseason in D7. Sharps will have a running back next to him. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the left, 1 to the right, as Montpelier moves left to right here in this opening drive of the game. Sharps fires far side. Pass is going to be caught by Smith at the 40. He'll be slammed down at about the 42-yard line. That's a pickup of 5 on the play.
Man-to-man defensively for Ottawa Hills. Looks like they're crowding up on the line of scrimmage, Andy, and trying to get heat on Hayden Sharps that time, leaving man-to-man coverage in the secondary.
Jack Perozic is the young man getting the most sniffs right now. He has a preferred walk-on opportunity at the University of Toledo. He has also has offers for Dayton and Butler as well. So keep an eye on Perozic, number 5. Jack Vicent is another kid to keep an eye on, both O-line and D-line as well. And we mentioned the Pillarellis and Miller at quarterback, just to name a few. 2 receivers, make it 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left on a 2nd down and 5. Low snap into the belly of Griff Cooley, and he is buried back at the 40-yard line. Knifing through is Luke Nepper, a senior backer. That's a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and 7.
Luke Nepper read that all the way, reading downhill, made the play right at the line of scrimmage.
So 3rd and 7, Montpelier at their own 40-yard line, moving left to right. Just underway here on this Friday night. Happy to have you with us here in week number 9 as the stakes continue to get higher here for high school teams. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. On this 3rd and 7, Sharps gets the belt high snap under a little pressure. Now flushed, throws it up and throws it away. Braden Brink was the closest man. Jackson Snyder had coverage, but it was really the D-line beating Montpelier's O-line there, applying heat.
Only rush 4. That means they've got 7 in coverage. There was nobody there for Hayden Sharps. And again, when you can get pressure with just 4 people, that's going to be a long night for the Locomotives. They got to do a little bit better job.
Liberty Center an early 6-0 lead on Delta. Liberty's already wrapped up a home game. And Montpelier keeping their offense out there on 4th and 7 at their own 40. It's a 5-wide look here on this snap, if they actually do snap it. So 4th and 7, everybody staring over at Andy Robinson, and now a timeout, so they will not snap. It will be a punting situation, it appears.
Yeah, don't know what the strategy was there, because Montpelier really didn't even look like they were going to snap the ball. So Ottawa Hills was not fooled by any capacity, and Montpelier just let the clock wind down and then took a timeout. So not so sure what was going on with that.
Officials working the game tonight who have their eyes on the game from Tri-State Vision Center. They are John Jordan, Mark Weaver, Clarence Labiche, Thomas Walker, and Jarrett Williams. For all of your eye care needs, remember the Tri-State Vision Center of Northwest Ohio. Going back for Ottawa Hills will be Reddick Pillarelli. Sharps to punt. Montpelier picked up 3 yards total on that initial set of downs. Pillarelli, a dangerous return man on this first series of the football game. 10:26 left in the opening quarter. Good snap, not much of a rush. Good punt by Sharps. It'll be fielded by Pillarelli at the 27, 30, 35, 40. Sideline left 45 and into the waiting arms of a Montpelier defender, Ash Walls, who brought him down near midfield. So a good start to this drive. Wasion, an early 3-0 lead on Bryan. 1st and 10 actually they'll be at their own 49-yard line. Bryan, a tough end of their season at Wasion and then home with Archibald. We're going to dive into a lot of scenarios and situations at intermission tonight.
Talk about Chase Miller being so efficient, and he has been. 20 touchdowns, only 1 interception. A lot of that's because they control the line of scrimmage and run the ball so well.
Very good point. Out of the wing, a man comes in motion. That's Perozic to the near side. Play action, give, and now I pass, I should say, to Reddick Pillarelli. Pillarelli running through tacklers down to the 36-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 15 and a first down at the 37. That stop for Montpelier was made by Logan Pontius.
Logan Pontius, one of those sophomores from Montpelier, who's going to be an outstanding player down the road. Already bench presses, only a sophomore, around 300 pounds.
1st and 10, Ottawa Hills at the 37 of Montpelier. Hash mark near side. 2 receivers to the right, wingman to the left, 1 running back. Perozic goes in motion to the far side, lanes up there. Give off the left side. Here's Pillarelli to the 30. And Chavez Martin will bring Rocco Pillarelli down and out of bounds at the 27-yard line in a run of 10.
The Locomotives are getting right now up front, not getting that push that they need defensively. Right now, Ottawa Hills controlling the line of scrimmage.
Antwerp off to a quick start on Paulding. Paulding knowing they need to have an opportunity to win out and get to the postseason. 3-0 Archibald on Patrick Henry. 1st and 10, Ottawa Hills at the 27 of Montpelier. 3 down linemen for them. Give again to Pillarelli as he bounces to the right. And not much running room there for Rocco Pillarelli. Gets about a yard. And it will be a stop made on the play by Ash Walls.
Yeah, Ash Walls plays a little bit of defensive line. This week he's back at the linebacker spot. One of those quality kids, Andy, that you love in the locker room, works his tail off, and watch him tonight. 54 is always around the football.
2nd down and 9, Ottawa Hills at the 26 of Montpelier. 3 minutes in, first threat of the night. This one for the Green Bears. Rocco Pillarelli is the only setback. Wing left, wing right, receiver to the right. Pillarelli gets the call. He's at the 25, and great play defensively. Read and react by Griff Cooley, who brought him down at the line of scrimmage.
That was a great job by Griff Cooley. What did you call that last week? I don't want to take your line.
Hunt and confront.
Hunt and confront. I love it. Griff Cooley, nice job that time getting through and making a play in the backfield.
3rd and 9, Green Bears at the Montpelier 26-yard line. Hash mark near side. Ottawa Hills first possession, moving right to left. They've picked up a couple of first downs, trying to convert here on 3rd down. They'll send 2 receivers wide to the right. There's a wing to the right as well. On this 3rd and 9, Miller will bring Perozic over to the left side and line him up there. Miller, zone or RPO, keeps rolling right, under pressure. Miller trying to run and does maneuver his way for 3 or 4 before Cooley gets him again, and it now sets up a 4th and very manageable opportunity here.
Yeah, but that was really well defended by the Montpelier Locomotives. Coach Steve Branshaw, I'm telling you, is an outstanding football coach, not just as an offensive line coach, but as a defensive coach. And the Locomotives took away Ottawa Hills' first and second option that time. Miller just made a nice play on his own there to get a couple yards.
4th and 5, Ottawa Hills at the Montpelier 22. Hash mark far side, receiver right. Couple of bunched receivers actually make him 3 to the left, and that's the way they'll roll Miller. Miller stops, fires, hit as he delivers, and it is caught. Reception made at the 10 by Reddick Pillarelli. Great job by Miller to fight through heavy pressure on him, and they cash in on 4th and 5 for a gain of 12.
Yeah, it really was. Grant Garrell was right there, and Pillarelli was actually falling backwards and kind of fending off Garrell with his offhand and just got rid of the ball in time and hit Pirelli for a first down.
Nose of the football touching the 10, so it'll be a 1st and goal for Ottawa Hills at the 10-yard line.
That's a difficult one from up here because I think they played really well that series of downs, and Miller just kind of took it to them there and it took their heart out on that last play.
2 receivers left, a wing to the right. That wing is Perozic, comes in motion, lines up as a left side. Here's that give to Rocco Pillarelli, and he darts into the end zone for a 10-yard touchdown run. Rocco Pillarelli, and Ottawa Hills early 6-0 lead. Found a lot of running room off to the right side or left side.
Yeah, like that left side, don't they, Andy? And again, their best offensive lineman is Jack Vicente on the right side, and didn't pull him on that side either. They just kind of went off the left.
And now the extra point. And coming on for the extra point will be Micah Walker.
I'm sorry, Andy. Vicente. I said Vincente. I apologize.
Snap, spot, extra point on the way, and he bangs it through. 6:48 left, opening quarter. Ottawa Hills on the board first, leading at 7-0.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back out here at Norm Niedermeyer Stadium at Ottawa Hills. 7-0 start. Yeah. Conversion on a third down, and then they convert on a fourth down, and they have the early lead 7-0, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all right there. The conversion on the fourth down was kind of a backbreaker in this early game because I thought Montpelier played really well in that series. Done a lot of their work running the ball to the left side, which something that I would not have guessed because, again, Jack Vincent is on the right side, and he's fantastic. Got some Williams County roots, by the way.
Yes.
And they're not pulling him all the way. It was just straight up rocking that time. But Ottawa Hills very physical up front. It's going to be a task for Montpelier all night long, but we'll see what the Locomotives can do. Last time, Braden Brink darn near busted it there. He got hit up about the 30-yard line, but he was one tackle away from breaking it. So Locos could use some good field position.
Northwood, an early tack lead on Hilltop tonight. 6-0 there in that one.
Locomotives play Hilltop next week.
Yep. So Walker ready to kick it off here for the Green Bears. And a little pooch to the far side, and will bounce and get out of bounds on that far sideline.
Have you ever known Ottawa Hills to not have a good field goal and place kicker?
Yeah, not.
This one's good too,
time.
Man. He can boom it.
Tenora striking first. They lead Edgerton 7-0. They have, according to all of the sites that I've gone to, Tenora is in and having a nice year at 5-3.
5-3. We talked to a lot of Tenora faithful. That Antwerp game was one they felt like they really outplayed Antwerp, and it just got away from them with a turnover at the end. Of course, they got beat up pretty bad by Liberty Center, as everybody has. And then their other non-conference loss was against Archibald, who's darn good. So tough schedule for the Rams.
What a great schedule, though, to play.
Man. Well, that's what they should be playing.
Should.
You know?
Yep. 1st and 10, Montpelier at their own 35. Twins both ways. 4-man front for Ottawa Hills. Smith comes in motion to the near side. A little bit low on the snap, but the give is in there to Cooley, and he is twisted down for a loss on the play. Vicent is able to bust through and bring him down, and it's -1. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Andy, it's very early, but it looks right now, just from the eye test, it's going to be very difficult for Montpelier to consistently run the football. Now, why do I say that? Again, I think they're controlling, they being Ottawa Hills, controlling the offensive line, or defensive line in their case. And the linebackers, if you notice, they're playing downhill right away.
Yes, that's a great point. 2nd and 11 for Ottawa Hills inside their own 34. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Sharps gets the low snap. Here comes pressure up the middle. It's Vicent coming with the heat, and all Sharps can do is get rid of it on the far side. And it'll be 3rd and long.
Outside the tackle box, Ottawa Hills fans want an intentional grounding. Wouldn't be the case.
So 3rd down and 11 for Montpelier at their own 34-yard line.
Just not much time to throw the football. That's going to limit the playbook for Coach Robinson.
Tougher in the wind, tougher in the rain.
Wind. There's no doubt. Wind. Yeah.
Says the former All-State quarterback, the Foz. Trips to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Looking to throw. It's a wheel route. They wanted to Smith, but it's taken away. And now Sharp's being chased by Eidenauer, and he's forced to throw it away. And it'll be 4th down.
Other than the quick pass to Cam Smith, which was on 1st down of the last series, every one of Hayden Sharp's passes has been under duress. He's had to move out of the pocket and essentially just throw it away. Credit the defensive line for Ottawa Hills because they're really only rushing 4.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about. It's maybe one of those facets of the team that's been underappreciated for those from the outside looking in, and how good and stout they are up front and physical. Another punting situation for Sharps. Reddick Pillarelli is waiting deep. And he'll let that bounce at the 39 and continue to roll down to the 30-yard line. That's where Montpelier will down it. 36 yards on the punt, no return. Ottawa Hills football and up 7-0 here with 5:42 to play in this opening quarter. We'll keep it right here. Next week, Foz and I will be in Eden for the big showdown between Ottawa Hills and Eden. Coverage next week, 6:30 again, kickoff at 7, and then we'll have to wait and see where Week 11 may take us. 1st and 10, Green Bears. In the backfield for them is Rocco Pillarelli. 2 receivers go to the right. Perozic is a wing to the left. 3 down linemen and a couple of edge rushers for the Locomotives. Snap comes. It'll be Pillarelli off the right side 30. Got daylight. Now cuts back across the 35. Slam forward to about the 39-yard line. Walls was there, so was Pontius there, but it was 9 yards down the field, and it'll be 2nd down and 1. 2nd and 1 at the 39-yard line. Coming down on the 5-minute mark remaining in this opening quarter of football.
See Montpelier, who've kind of adjusted their defense a little bit with Ash Walls and Griff Cooley more in the middle this week. In the weeks past, Griff's been on the outside, and Walls has been at the defensive line position, so we'll see how they adjust.
Same formation. Man comes in motion. They'll go Pillarelli. He ran into a wall and then still kept his feet. Ran right back into Pontius's hands. And also down low was Eli Fackler. Basically no gain on the play. So it'll be 3rd and 1 for Ottawa Hills.
Yeah, big down here for the Locomotives. Now, I would tend to believe that Ottawa Hills will probably be 4-down territory. Then again, they're on their own 39, but they've been running the ball pretty effectively. So we'll see what happens if they don't get it here. My guess is they'll go for it on 4th.
3rd and 1, Ottawa Hills at their 39. Double tight look here, bunching 3 to the right. Pillarelli is the setback. Going in motion is Reddick Pillarelli. They'll get him on a jet sweep, and he has the 1st down and more. He's at midfield and crosses into Montpelier territory at the 47-yard line. That'll be a run of 13. Eli Fackler chased him down, but a 3rd down conversion, and the chains move.
You see how quick Pillarelli is there on that edge and does a nice job. Good vision, stops and goes very well. It's a good football team out of Wales. Well, players doing a nice job, though. They got to get off the field, though. Got to get off the field.
1st and 10, Green Bears at the Locos' 48-yard line. 3:50 to go in a pretty quick-moving opening quarter of play. 2nd possession for Ottawa Hills. Perozic is over on the right side for now. 2 receivers are left. In the pistol formation is Miller. Miller keeps. Little RPO, dump it near side to Perozic. 45. Perozic 40. He'll be dragged down from behind by Cameron Smith. They'll spot him at the 37-yard line, and that'll be a 1st down and a gain of 11. Now, Eden is playing at Eastwood tonight. That's a deceiving 2-6 team in Eastwood. They just play a different, better schedule than some of our teams up this way, and we understand we don't have a score yet, but Eden is struggling in that one. Defiance and Salina scoreless at the end of one. Salina, the team that leads the WBL. So Defiance technically could keep their league hopes alive with an upset there tonight, and then they would need a bunch of help. 1st and 10, 37-yard line of Montpelier for this Ottawa Hills offense. They'll give to Pillarelli. Rocco bounces outside. He's at the 35 now, slices back to the interior 26 or 7-yard line before he's twirled around and brought down on the play. Gain of 10. Walls the stop, but 10 yards again down 9 yards down the field officially. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Very methodical. Ottawa Hills huddles after every play, which is, you people that are listening out there probably think, well, what's the big deal about that? Well, see, less and less of that, aren't we, Andy, of huddles. It's more of on the line, getting the calls from the sidelines. So methodical in their approach.
I may have said Eastwood. It's Elmwood that Eden is playing tonight, but Elmwood is a 2-6 team. But again, a different 2-6 than maybe a 2-6 that they normally see. We think they're down 2 scores. We'll see. Two receivers and a wing to the left. The give to, nope, it's a quick pop near side to Reddick Pillarelli. He makes a tackle, or makes a man miss. 30, 20, 10. Pillarelli brought down by Smith inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. On 2nd and 1, they get 24, and it'll be 1st and goal.
Just a little bubble screen right there. Montpelier missed the tackle on the flat area, and Pillarelli makes him pay.
And we have a timeout, an official's timeout, because we have an injured Montpelier Loco. 1st and goal, Ottawa Hills. 1:52 to go in the quarter. 7-0 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Green Bears, and looking for more when we come back.
Peltz Lumber Company in Montpelier and Pioneer has some exciting news. Not only has Peltz been bringing you the finest in building materials for generations, now they have a new website with a huge selection of items for you to browse right at your fingertips and in your own home. Just go to peltzlumber.com and hit the products button, and there it is. Tools, hardware, lumberyard and building materials, windows, doors, kitchen and bath. Check out the items you need and the prices, and stop by the store in Montpelier or Pioneer, or give them a call at 419-485-3059. Peltz Lumber, building for a new generation.
For all of your insurance needs, see Denny Gehrig or Elaine Hake at Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street in Montpelier. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency offers home, auto, business, and farm insurance, plus financial responsibility bonds are available. Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency wants to salute and congratulate all of the area athletes for their time and commitment. Good luck to all the athletes. From Gehrig's All-Star Insurance Agency, East Main Street, Montpelier. Chavez Martin, the injured locomotive, walking off, kind of hobbling off under his own power, so something to keep an eye on. It'll be 1st and goal, Green Bears at the Montpelier 4-yard line. Minute 52 to go in the first quarter. Already 7-0 Ottawa Hills. Miller in the pistol, has Rocco Pillarelli in the backfield with him. Heidenauer will flip as a tight end to the right, one receiver both ways. Miller, snap. Gives. Rocco Pillarelli off the right side, knifing his way toward the end zone, and he's just short. Stop short at the 1. Eli Fackler with a tackle. So it'll be 2nd and goal at the 1. And you are right, my friend, about the precision at which they drive the football. Patrick Henry, 8. Archibald, 3 in the opening quarter of play. Again, no Nashmeyer for PH. He's done, I think I saw, for the season. Defiance and Salina, scoreless game, as we just said. Evergreen leads Swanton 3-0.
North Central 24, Van Loo 0.
So walking into the end zone is Rocco Pillarelli. Had a gaping hole off the right side for his 2nd touchdown. North Central playing Van Loo for a 2nd time this season. That a 1-yard run.
That was a nice hole there off the right side there, really untouched.
8 plays, 70 yards. Surgical drive by Ottawa Hills as they bring Walker in for the extra point.
Walker can kick the ball all the way to Sylvania here. Watch him.
A little juggle on the snap. Still got it down. Nice job. And the PAT is good. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard with 58 seconds to play in the quarter. We'll step aside. 14-Love, Ottawa Hills on B-Rock Sports. Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com. Couple of scores to pass along. Ayersville, an 8-0 lead over Wayne Trace after 1. Elmwood is rocking Eden after 1, 16-0. Now, Eden and Ottawa Hills play next week. If Eden can't rally tonight, then that would almost push their chips to the center of the table and needing to possibly beat Ottawa Hills to advance to the postseason. They would be a bubble team. If they would be 6-4. Wouldn't be eliminated, all right? So it's not necessarily, but boy, you'd feel a lot better if you're Eden if you did spring the upset on Ottawa Hills next week. Ottawa Hills, of course, beat Eden last year here in the finale to win the TAC title. Liberty Center now pounding Delta 27-0. Either end of first quarter or late first quarter there. Here it's late first quarter, and it is all Ottawa Hills up 2 scores on Montpelier, 14-0. This feels like almost if not a must-score drive, certainly a must-see something positive happen for Montpelier.
Got to get a first down. Got to get something going.
There's that kick far side, and again, it'll stay in bounds. Looked like it was heading out of bounds. Brink has to go retrieve it, and the directional kick works to perfection this time for Walker and Ottawa Hills.
Walker's a good kicker.
And that'll bury Montpelier back at their own 15.
Montpelier has 7 of their players up tight on kick returns, and Walker, who's such a precise kicker, is kind of taking advantage of that and finding the holes there, and that's something Montpelier may have to adjust a little bit to.
14-0.
Haven't really seen that this year. Montpelier has not against a kicker like Walker.
No.
Great weapon to have. Don't undervalue that. Field position's everything. Hidden yardage, they call that, Angie.
Hidden yardage, yep. Oh, got an injured Pillarelli down over here. Rocco Pillarelli getting tended to by the trainer. We'll watch that and monitor that. 1st and 10, Montpelier at their own 15. Twins to the right, or the wing to the right as well. Almost an H-back there to the right. Wide receiver left. Cooley hit in the backfield and nothing doing. And again, that D-line is just winning mostly everything up front against Montpelier. That's a loss of 3 for Cooley. It'll be 2nd down and 13.
Haven't seen any kind of zone in the secondary. Ottawa Hills are just manning Montpelier up and saying, we're going to lock you down and we're going to play mano-a-mano out here.
Antwerp 16, Paulding nothing. End of 1 in that one. Antwerp trying to bounce back from getting beaten by Ayersville last week.
Ayersville, kind of a surprise team in the area.
Montpelier evidently can bring this clock all the way down, and that's what they are electing to do. First quarter is finishing up here in the Toledo area. Our score at the end of 1. Ottawa Hills 14, Montpelier nothing. You are listening to TAC Week 9 high school football on B-Rock Sports.
Wake up the kids and head out to Knocking Point Outfitters on County Road 17 just south of Bryan for some pancakes and pumpkin carving October 21st. A free will pancake breakfast by the Knocking Point Deadeyes begins at 8 a.m. Then pick out your pumpkin and get carving for the Facebook carving contest. It's all taking place Saturday, October 21st at Knocking Point Outfitters. County Road 17 just south of Bryan, the starting point for every perfect shot. What's better for lunch than soup and a sandwich? Soup and a sandwich with a cookie for dessert. Cookies on Demand in Montpelier offers you just that. Sandwiches on a ciabatta bun or a wrap loaded with chicken salad, ham salad, egg salad, tuna salad, or cream chicken, and now serving sloppy joes too. Add a cup or a bowl of soup or even a taco salad. And don't forget the cookie. Pumpkin, peanut butter blossom, or chocolate chip, just to name a few. It's also time to get your orders in for your holiday events. Dinners, parties, or gifts, Cookies on Demand on Broad Street in Montpelier is a great choice. Cookies on Demand, the freshest cookie around.
Welcome back here. 14-0 our score at the end of 1. 12-minute impressions of the Green Bears, Foz.
Physical up front. Pirelli is the real deal at running back. Miller, efficient as we've seen from his statistics, but it's all predicated off dominant offensive line play and very quick running backs. Montpelier competing as best they can up there, but they just can't get off the field defensively, and Ottawa Hills is moving the chains methodically down the field.
Here is Sharps looking down the sideline. Got Brink. He's behind the defense, and he can't hang on. That is 6 if he hangs on, because Sharps threw a fantastic ball, and it'll be 3rd and long.
The Locomotives elected not to run a play there to get the wind at their back there in this second quarter, which was smart by Coach Robinson. And then Montpelier goes deep for the first time. That hits Brink right in the hands, and he just simply dropped it.
Snyder was the DB that Brink had beaten, and now it is 3rd and 13. Those are potential game-altering plays or misplays. And now 3rd and 13, buried back at their own 12. Just underway, quarter number 2. Ottawa Hills a 14-0 lead in this TAC collision. Ottawa Hills 7-1, Montpelier 6-2. Sharps has 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Got a running back. Gets the snap. Once downfield again. Looking for Smith as he crossed the chains. Out of bounds, though. That pass took him out of bounds, and it'll be 4th and long, and another punting situation for Montpelier, still in search of that first down. And now Ottawa Hills in the exchange. Again, still on the ground over here is Rocco Pillarelli on the Ottawa Hills sidelines.
Doesn't look like he's going to at least go back in this series, Andy.
Reddick Pillarelli will await this punt.
Be careful here with Reddick Pillarelli because he's got speed too.
That's the thing with Ottawa Hills. They are blessed with speed all over the field. Here's Sharp's punt and angling away from Pillarelli, but he'll get it on the high hop at the 45. Coming to the right side, 50. 45, and he is brought down on a tremendous hit that time for Montpelier, Carter Waterston. Pillarelli got him to the 41, or got Ottawa Hills to the 41, so it'll be make that 37, so it'll be a 18-yard return. And Ottawa Hills, a short field to work with here at the Montpelier 42-yard line, and threatening to put Montpelier away, maybe looking for an early knockout punch. 11:35 left in the second.
Watching down here, Rocco Pillarelli, the star running back for Ottawa Hills. It does not look like he's going to come back in anytime soon. He's limping pretty heavily.
And it's something to monitor for Week 10 and beyond. And that's the thing. You're up 14-0. You feel like you're in control of this game. Brandon Carter probably thinking, let's see if we can survive the rest of this night and get him healthy down the road. Here's Miller. Little pop to the near side, and the reception is made by Jackson Snyder on that RPO. Got him down to the 37-yard line. 36-yard line, so there'll be a pickup of 6, and it'll be 2nd down and 4 for Ottawa Hills.
Going back to Pirelli here. The trainer's out there spatting his cleats, so he must going to try to give it a whirl here.
In the backfield now for Ottawa Hills is Mitch Eidenauer. 2 receivers to the right, H-back to the left. Eidenauer with the carry, right side, 35, lowers the shoulder, pounds his way inside the 30 to the 28, took on Fackler and Ash Walls, and collected 8 yards. Good, strong, determined run by Mitch Eidenauer.
Mitch Eidenauer, yep. Dad was up here in the press box talking to us. I'm sure he's proud. Looked good going on the right side.
So to the 28 goes Eidenauer and this Ottawa Hills offense. 1st and 10 from the Montpelier 28. 2 receivers to the right, H-back to the left. Eidenauer in the backfield. Little play action, and now Miller's got Pillarelli downfield, goes up, and it's broken up at the last minute by Cam Smith.
And that's a really good play there by Cam Smith. And Pillarelli had his hands out, and just the last minute Cam Smith came. Didn't quite get his head around, but that's okay because he knocked the ball out right when he was about to catch it.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. Clock stopped, 10:25 left, first half. 14-0 Ottawa Hills on the march again with a 2nd and 10 at the 28 of Montpelier. Rocco Pillarelli, as we've mentioned, is over here getting taped up in the backfield right now. Is Eidenauer with a receiver right. 3 receivers bunch left. Now they'll break up the bunch and bring 2 of them over to the right side of the formation. Out of the gun is Miller. Miller gives to Eidenauer. Running right side, cutback. Nice move, 25-20, down at about the 18-yard line. He'll get 11 more, actually, to the 17-yard line before he is tackled there. And it'll be 1st and 10, Ottawa Hills at the 17-yard line, as they are just imposing their will in the trenches. 1st and 10 at the 17. Miller, of course, last year wasn't healthy the entire season, so he fought that injury bug. In fact, we saw a backup quarterback a season ago. Receiver left. Receiver to the right. Perozic and Cooper Eidenauer flop to the left side. Mitchell Eidenauer gets the carry left side. Gaping hole, 15, 10. Goes off that left side and powerful run down to the 6-yard line before he's brought down by Hayden Sharps. But that'll be 10 more, and it'll be 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, Ottawa Hills at the 7. 9.5 to go in the opening half of play. Green Bears up 14-zip and looking for more. And a timeout, Montpelier. 9:25 to go here in this first half of play. 14-0 Green Bears. We'll be back on B-Rock Sports.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
Andy Brigle and Mike Bumb back out here. Elmwood has scored again. They're starting to pour it on Eden, 22-0 in that one. It's all Elmwood, I'm told. Ayersville 16-zip over Wayne Trace in an important game there. And Wauseon has taken a 10-6 lead on Bryan. I was told this week Hicksville in week 9 made a quarterback change. They're going to Langham, and Langham and that offense not getting much going. It's Fairview rolling 16-0 early in that one.
Rain is starting back in Williams County, I am told. So that means, Andy, you put your meteorologist hat on there. What's that mean? The estimated time the rain's going to hit here?
8:50.
God, that's powerful.
First and goal at the. You got 8:45. All right. 8:55. All right. Foz, you be the tiebreaker. You go 9, just to make it interesting. And you, first and goal at the 7. Eidenauer, nope, they'll go play action, go in the middle on the RPO, and it is caught for an Ottawa Hills touchdown. Reddick Pillarelli on the sliding grab. And that's Miller's first touchdown pass and the first Reddick Pillarelli score of the night. And that covered 7 yards.
Very efficient, as you said, Andy, again up front. This is as good of offensive line play, I think, that we've seen this year.
I would agree with that.
And I would say, and again, but I think even including Ayersville was good up front. We saw that game. Of course, you were not there that week, but that was a good offensive line too. But Ottawa Hills, very physical up front, quick, athletic.
PAT is good, and it is 21-0. Ottawa Hills capping a 7-play, 42-yard drive. We'll step aside and take a break. We have an injured Loco that's down as well. So we'll talk about him when we return. 9:22 left in the first half. 21-0 our score, Ottawa Hills.
Veland Chase wishes local high school sports teams a successful season. As one of the leading brass suppliers in the United States, Veland Chase manufactures brass rods, forgings, ingots, and water armor plumbing fittings at the 2 plants located in Holiday City. To learn more about products and job opportunities, visit brassjobs.com. Chase a brighter future with Veland Chase.
3, let's back up here. 3 Ottawa Hills possessions, 3 touchdown possessions. Rocco Pillarelli, a 10-yard TD run, capped off a 51-yard drive over 7 plays. Rocco Pillarelli, a 1-yard TD run, 8 plays, 70 yards. And then Chase Miller found Reddick Pillarelli on a 7-yard scoring strike to cap a 42-yard drive in 7 plays. And that's where we stand, 21-0. The injured Loco down is Wesley Hartsock, and didn't see what happened. But they're looking at lower leg of some kind.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. Again, Montpelier's pretty thin on that sideline. They're going to struggle just to continually feel they got another game next week, of course, but hopefully Hartsock's okay and he can get back in the game.
Hilltop has claimed an 8-6 lead on Northwood. Northwood 2-6. Hilltop coming in with 1 win. Archibald has just grabbed a lead of 9-8 on Patrick Henry.
It could be the most competitive game in the area tonight.
It's off to a good start.
Wauseon Bryan will be another good one.
Yep, that was 10-6. Wauseon in the lead there.
Well, they're getting Hartsock up right now. And we'll just kind of get a feel of Not putting any weight on that right leg, it looks right now. So
going to be helped off completely.
Yeah,
that would end his night.
Not looking good to come back tonight. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
The tape job has continued, meanwhile, for Rocco Pildarelli over here, but at 21-0, and Eden and the postseason looming, I'm thinking to myself, why?
Yeah, I don't know.
Ayersville, by the way, leads Wayne Trace 16-6. That's a game where Ayersville is, I believe, in or likely in, and Wayne Trace is in a good spot, but they would need to pretty much win out, I believe. We'll get into all those scenarios that are laid out in the intermission tonight. Here it's 21-0 in this one. Ottawa Hills out in front. All we know is week 10 for certain. We'll be in Eden next week for this Ottawa Hills team at Eden, and then we'll see if and where a week 11 takes us somewhere. 9:22 remaining here in this opening half of football. The Green Bears in control, up 21-0. Patrick Henry has just hit a big one as they seesaw back out in front of Archibald, 15-9 in NWOAL football. That game and the Wasion-Bryan game were the two big NWOAL games. Of course, everybody's chasing Liberty Center. Liberty Center was rolling tonight. They're going to win. They'll wrap up at least a title share tonight, beating up on Delta, and then have an opportunity to close out a perfect season next week. In that difficult then Division 5 Region 18 will start to unveil itself.
Miller set to kick off into the wind this time, so we'll get an idea of the strength of his leg as he kicks the ball into the wind here.
Micah Walker with it teed up.
Excuse me, Walker. I apologize, Angie.
And again, kicking, that one is Brink, who juggled and dropped it at the 20, has to retrieve it, and now is back at the 17. Perozic chased him down and stripped it away. Ball is free, and now it's a fight for it. Poked away. Who has it? It's right around the 20. Now just a wrestling match that Montpelier wins and gets back, and it's Pontius who got it back. So it'll be Montpelier ball at their own 20. Locos in the throes of their best season since 2016, a year that saw them go 7-3. First down and 10. Locos at their own 20. Long field here, right to left. Trailing 21-0. Good sign here as we see Chavez Martin back in for Montpelier. He's in a slot here with Smith. Three receivers go wide to the right, so an empty look in the backfield on 1st and 10 at the 20. Sharps looks out route in and out of the hands of Smith, perhaps hearing footsteps from Benjamin Burke.
Couple drops tonight for the Locomotives. Montpelier still hasn't got a first down yet, Andy.
No. And it's 2nd and 10 here. Excuse me. 2nd down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 9:07 mark of the second quarter. We mentioned Ottawa Hills and Eden next week. Montpelier will finish their regular season at home with Hilltop. Twins right and left. Cooley in the backfield. Cooley off the right side, and it will be wrestled down by Vicent and company, who blew through and blew up the runner. And it'll be 3rd down and long. Now, no gain. They give Cooley the run back to the line of scrimmage, and now it'll be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10, Montpelier. 8.5-minute mark left in the first half. Locos down 21-0. 7-1 Ottawa Hills, 6-2 Montpelier. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Here's Sharps, sets, fires, and it's tipped away and almost intercepted. Smith was the target, and Nick Anderson, a junior DB, broke on the football nicely.
Good job by Anderson. I thought that was a pretty well-thrown ball that time by Sharps. Anderson just made a great play right at the end there, or Cam Smith would have caught it.
And another 3 and out for Montpelier as they continue to be first downless here in the first half.
Riddick Pirelli, is back for the Ottawa Green Bears, and be careful. He's electric.
Archibald has come right back. Now that game is tied at 16. Here's the Sharps punt, trying to keep it away from Pillarelli, and will sail out of bounds on the far sideline. I think it's going to be in Montpelier territory. Nope, right at midfield. So Ottawa Hills will have another short field. They've started drives their own 49. Their own 30 has been their worst starting field position. Montpelier 42, and now at the 50. 1st and 10, Green Bears. 8:19 to go, first half of play. 21-zip our score. Homecoming night tonight here at Ottawa Hills. 2 receivers come to the right side along with a wing. Perozic is the wing. Receiver to the left. Tight end to the left. So an empty backfield for Miller. He'll bring a man in motion. And it's a give to Pillarelli on the jet sweep. Reddick with a cut at the 45. Pillarelli at the 40. 35-30. Speed down the sideline inside the 25 before he's ushered out of bounds there by Jackson Staler. But a run of nearly 30. Put it at 28 on the carry, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 22 of Montpelier. 1st down and 10 there. This next snap will come at the under 8-minute mark left in this opening half of play. A game that's been all Green Bears here tonight, asserting themselves. You see why they're 7-1. You see why their starters have only really played one complete game, that loss to Whiteford, because they've dominated everybody else for the most part. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. Eidenauer in the backfield. They'll pull it out of his belly and fire it far side. Snyder on the reception. Snyder got away from one wave of tacklers and is still on his feet. 15, 10, and out of bounds inside the 10, stacked up at about the 8-yard line. Walls was among those over there, but it's a gain of 14 and another 1st and goal and a terrific run on the play.
Just an RPO, run-pass option that time. Again, Miller just kind of takes the ball out of the hands of the halfback and throws just a little flat pattern.
Pilots continue to pound Wayne Trace, 24-6 in the GMC there. 1st and goal, Ottawa Hills at the Montpelier 8. Eidenauer, halfback to the right. That's Mitch Eidenauer. Miller waiting the snap. Man goes in motion. They'll give to Pillarelli on the jet sweep. Bounces outside 10. Stiff arm at the 5. The credit for the tackle will go to Smith, but Pillarelli with the stiff arm got 6, but we're going to see a holding penalty on the Green Bears on that jet sweep.
First penalty that we've had tonight,
yep.
Andy.
Elmwood 28-0 now over Eden. Evergreen leads Swanton 10-7. And I had told you it was 15-9 earlier. Obviously, the PH got to 16 because now it's tied at 16 in that game. PH and Archibald turning in, as we talked earlier, potentially the game of the night. So that penalty will bring Ottawa Hills. It's a 1st down now back at the 18-yard line. A 1st and goal at the 18. Mitch Eidenauer, the running back. 3 receivers bunched left. Out of the bunch, a receiver comes in motion. Little spin move. Rolling out. Miller over the middle. Pass is caught. Snyder on the reception, got 13 back, lost his footing at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 5. Midway through this second quarter, the Green Bears looking for more. 2 minutes left in the first half. Eden's having a similar night tonight to Montpelier. 2 minutes left in the first half there, and Eden just collected their first down, we are told, as they trailed 28-0. 2nd and goal, Green Bears at the 5 of Montpelier. Pistol formation. Eidenauer behind Miller. Man comes in motion. Pillarelli to the near side. Eidenauer up the gut right side. Dives and stretches his way into the end zone for a 5-yard TD run. Mitch Eidenauer on the 5-yard run. And that'll add to the Ottawa Hills lead. It's now 27-0.
Hey, nothing sophisticated, just kind of nice little draw play. Ottawa Hills is right out of the gun every single time, so it's just an inside, I shouldn't say draw play, but just an inside power play.
5:43 to go in the first half. out of the hold of Miller. Snap, spot, kick on the way, and the extra point is good again by Micah Walker. 28-0 our score as we go to a commercial break. Green Bears rolling here in the Toledo area.
Hi, this is Mackenzie Now with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe Insurance Agency. Having a winning tradition for over 100 years is a big deal for any team. As our team at Andrews O'Neill & Lowe Insurance Agency celebrates this milestone, we know success does not happen by accident. It takes great teammates and partners like Central Insurance. By dedicating ourselves to the community, our clients, and each other, Andrews O'Neill & Lowe has consistently risen above the rest in protecting your family, assets, and businesses. Thank you to all who have played a role in this 100-year journey. Learn more at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
5 plays, 50 yards on the drive. Mitch Eidenauer taking it the final 5 yards for his first touchdown run of the evening, and it's a 28-0 lead. Walker going to kick away. Brink will be the deep man. Eden turning it over at will tonight, it sounds like, at least multiple times. Archibald has retaken the lead, 23-16 is the score. In that Archibald game. Archibald up 23-16 now on Patrick Henry. Then we'll have all the scores for you at the intermission on the main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show. Here's Walker's kick. It's been directional all night. Smith goes back, and he juggles and drops it. It's it on the second hop at the 21, 30. And he runs into a wall at the 33-yard line. I mean, stoned there. The hit applied by Jace Neuendorf. Neuendorf, special teams play, met his dad tonight, Greg, who's the acting athletic director here. And so Ottawa Hills is one of our favorite programs to follow. We respect what they do as a D4 program as much or more than any D4. I mean, you think about all of the things that they have to offer here, athletics, academics. I mean, they do well in all of those facets, the fine arts, and it is a terrific D4 school.
Everybody's involved in something. You're right. A lot of different sports they have.
Montpelier from their own 33, a little swing pass to Smith, and Smith will get maybe 5 on the play before he is brought down, and Smith slow to his feet. Tackle was made that time by Luke Nepper and Ben Burke.
Good start for Montpelier there on first down. I guess second down and very manageable. Just get some positive things going if you're Montpelier here before the half.
You're listening to Week 9 of high school football on WBNO-FM in Bryan. Elmwood now a 28-0 lead over Eden. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right on second down and 5. Sharps wants a big one on a streak route, and it is incomplete, but we're going to get a pass interference penalty or a defensive holding. It's going to be holding, not PI. But that will help Montpelier to their first down of the night.
Yeah, I think it was the right call, too, there. That time, number 13, Jackson Snyder, just got his hand enough there to grab Braden Brink and throw him off of his stride there, or he would have made that catch. So I think that's the appropriate call by the official.
So the penalty marker will see Montpelier come out to the 48-yard line.
I think Montpelier's going to have to take some more shots downfield, too.
And we're seeing it now with the wind.
Well, we are, and they've done 3 of them. One was a pass interference, one was a drop touchdown pass, and the other one just fell short. So I think they can have some success. A lot of that reason is because Ottawa Hills is just manning up Montpelier across the board.
First and 10.
Excuse me, Andy. There is one free safety in the middle area. Well, not take that back. He's in man-to-man coverage, too.
First and 10 at the 48. Sharp sees the man-for-man coverage, goes downfield, and just overthrew his intended target. And that was Smith. Staylor, I beg your pardon. I saw the 2-1, not 2. Jackson Staylor was the intended target, and it'll be second down and 10. Clock stops, 4:48 left in the first half. 28-0 Ottawa Hills on the Andres O'Neill & Lowe scoreboard.
Hard to throw those quick little screens when it's man-to-man and they're up close in that press area.
And they're athletes.
That always helps. Deep passes, 50-50 balls are there. Crossing routes, we haven't seen a whole lot of crossing routes. That takes some time, though. It's been difficult for Hayden Sharps to get enough time to throw those.
Sharps with trips to the right, one receiver to the left. Sharps looks over the middle, and he can't connect with Smith. Smith had inside leverage on Anderson, but another one overthrown, and it's 3rd and 10.
And I think Coach Robinson sees that. Again, Ottawa Hills is strictly man-to-man. Montpelier's getting a little bit of separation, just haven't been able to connect. And I'd be surprised if Coach Robinson didn't go back to some kind of a deep route again.
3rd and 10. Montpelier at their own 48. This is as far down the field as they've been all night. 4:43 mark. Their only first down came via penalty, a defensive holding penalty.
Montpelier can get behind Ottawa Hills a little bit, but it's a matter of protection now. Can Hayden Sharps have enough time to deliver that? Because downfield throws, Andy? Take a little bit more time to develop.
So your 3rd and 10 coming up now. 4-man rush. Sharps flushed. Sharps on the move. Sharps sets, throws over the middle, broken up and almost intercepted. Intended for Brink, but Snyder deflected it away, and it'll be 4th and 10.
Almost thought the official was going to throw the flag there. Looked like he had his hand down there and thought otherwise of it. Nonetheless, incomplete pass for the Locomotives. Brings up a 4th down.
So 4th and 10. You're down 4 touchdowns. You're near midfield. You might as well keep the offense out there, and it looks like that's what Andy Robinson's doing. 4th and 10, Montpelier at their own 48. And now a timeout, Locos. We'll spend one with them. The 4th and 10 for Montpelier, trailing Ottawa Hills 28-0. We'll be right back.
Looking to earn good money in a great work atmosphere? Come join the team at 2020 Custom Molded Plastics in Holiday City. They're now looking for full-time and part-time production operators, and they have schedules that fit everyone. Earn $500 monthly for perfect attendance, refer a friend, and get a $500 referral bonus. No mandated overtime, clean environment, and full benefits at 30 days. Apply online today at 2020cmp.com, then stop in Monday through Friday from 9 to 4 for open interviews on Selwyn Drive in Holiday City.
I would agree with that.
Defensively, they're
I would agree. North Central a 62-0 lead on Van Loo at halftime.
Wow, wave the white flag there, huh? I mean, Joey Burt, really good football player for the
You could have
Eagles.
waved that thing at 6:55
Yeah.
tonight.
You know what, though, Van Loo, again, a small school in Northwest Ohio to play football, and the Eagles are pretty good again.
We were impressed. A D11 school, or an 11-man school in D7. 11-man still able to keep and maintain that.
Right.
They work their tails off at Van Loo.
Yeah, and most schools that size, really all schools that size, go to 8-man football. And
kudos to them for keeping it alive at 11-man. 4th and 10, out of the Montpelier timeout. Twins left and right. Staylor in motion to the far side of the formation. Low snap, picking it off the turf is Sharps. Fires far side, incomplete. Was searching over there for Smith. Just unable to hook up on the connection. Not bad coverage, but a play that was makeable for Montpelier, and they come up empty, and they'll give it away on downs.
Big series here now for Ottawa Hills with 4:30 left in the first half. Plenty of time if Ottawa Hills is able to go down and score, and they have not been forced to punt yet, Andy. No. That would mean not this half, but in the second half it would be a continuous clock situation.
Assuming Montpelier wouldn't score before halftime.
Right, yeah, we got a lot of things here, but 4:30. And Ottawa Hills hasn't been a big play this game so far. We haven't seen big explosive plays out of them. Just been more methodical, 5 and 10 yards a crack.
Yep. 28-0 on the Andre Zuniolo scoreboard. Couple of receivers bunch right, another receiver wide to the right. Little RPO, slant route incomplete. Miller's ball intended for Reddick Pillarelli. He had inside leverage, and they just could not see Pillarelli bring that one in. So 2nd down and 10. And this is a night, too, Foz. I mean, if this is week 2, week 4, whatever it might be, and the score's like this, and it gets to whatever in the second half, you think about sitting them. You're now on the cusp of the postseason. Mm-hmm. I think if you're Brandon Carter, barring like terrible weather or whatever, I think you at least play these guys through 3 tonight, don't you, with the playoffs looming?
I sure do. Again, you want to get all your kids in. Ottawa Hills, I think, has a JV schedule, but yeah, you got to keep your kids sharp. And that doesn't mean you're throwing bombs every play, but
Miller gives on the inside. It's Eidenauer who gets inside the 45 and then stretches to about the 43.5-yard line before Fackler drops him there. But it'll be 3rd down and let's go 6 for the first down. 3rd and 6 coming up. Patrick Henry 23, Archibald 22. They continue to go back and forth there in that NWOAL collision. Here in the TAC, we're inside of 4 minutes left in the first half. 28-0 Ottawa Hills. They have a 3rd and 6 at the 44 of Montpelier. Miller with Eidenauer in the backfield. Wing look either way. Receiver left, tight end to the right. Reddick Pillarelli in motion. They fake the jet sweep. Miller tries to get outside, keeps his balance. Nice job. Now we have a penalty marker down as he is tumbled down at the 42-yard line by Fackler. He'll be a couple of yards shy, about 4 yards shy of the first down, but it's a holding penalty on Ottawa Hills. What will Montpelier do? Is it going to keep it 4th and short or go 3rd and long?
I'd go 3rd and long.
I would
in this
too.
Situation.
And Archibald scores again. Is anybody D'ing it up in that game? I know the offenses are dynamic, though, but it's 30-22 now in that one. So that'll bring Ottawa Hills, meanwhile, in this penalty, comes back to the 46-yard line. It will now set up a 3rd down and 16. 3rd and 16 at their own 46-yard line. 3:25 to go in the first half. 28-0 Green Bears. Moving left to right. Perozic is an H-back to the right. Twins to the left. Tight end to the right. Little screen being set up. Miller gets away and now dumps it to Perozic. 50. Outside 45. 40. 35. 30. 20. 10. 5. Touchdown and a high five as he rolls into the end zone. 54 yards on the screen pass to the right.
Yeah, just a little bit of a middle screen, or he kind of floated out in the flat area. Montpelier had Miller dead to rights that time and just missed the tackle. Credit Miller then of making the play to Pirelli, and he'll do the rest.
Perozic, actually.
Perozic, my apologies.
Jack Perozic into the end zone on a 3rd and 16. Again, officially Archibald 30, Patrick Henry 22, the score in that one. The extra point attempt may have gone left. Nope, it slides through the uprights, and it's 35-0. Ottawa Hills in front. Miller gets his 2nd touchdown pass. Miller and this Ottawa Hills offense a perfect 5 for 5 tonight on drives and finishing with touchdowns. 35-0 Ottawa Hills. Back in a moment.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment delivers proven performance and efficiency. And the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Get the all-new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95. Or pick the popular MS-170 chainsaw for just $179.95. Pick your power and then pick up a Steel. All prices BES SRP at participating retailers.
See Black Swamp Equipment or go to blackswampequipment.net.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back out here at Norm Niedermeyer Stadium. 35-0 Ottawa Hills. 3 rushing touchdowns and a couple of Chase Miller TD passes. Rocco Pillarelli, before he got injured tonight on an ankle, 10-yard and a 1-yard TD run. Miller to Reddick Pillarelli on a 7-yard score. Mitch Eidenauer, a 5-yard TD run. And now Miller on a screen to the near side to Jack Perozic that went 54 yards. 5 for 5 on the PATs, and it's 35-0. Ottawa Hills in front.
Another efficient game for Miller so far this first half with only 2 incompletions. Not really testing Montpelier deep. Been more methodical on the flats, some play action. Of course, the big one there with on the screenplay.
Yep. 22 touchdown passes and 1 pick on the season. Little squib kick that bounces. It's loose, and I think Ottawa Hills has it. They do near midfield.
I think Ottawa Hills is going for the kill shot here with the onside.
They'll get it at their own 49-yard line.
And you wonder why Ottawa Hills is doing an onside kick when they're up 35 zip. Could be a lot of different strategies. Doesn't mean you're trying to run it up. Maybe they want to score again here before the half and then get some other kids in the second half and wanted to get a little bit more of a cushion. That could be something too. But you got to play the game, especially the first half. you got to play the game to know how you would normally play it in the first half. So I don't have a big problem with it.
That's a good point. 1st and 10, Green Bears at their own 49. Miller in the offense out there. Eidenauer, the running back, standing on his right hip. Receiver both ways. Perozic is the H-back. Rolling near side, Miller. Pressure coming. Got away from one. Dumps it down the field. Toe tap by Snyder. Has it at the 40. Spun down at the 36-yard line. Brink on the stop. Gain of 15 and a 1st and 10.
Montpelier's providing pressure against Miller. They're just not completing the play and wrapping up and getting him down.
1st and 10, Green Bears at the 36-yard line of Montpelier. Pillarelli goes wide to the left. That's Reddick. Coming to the right is Snyder. Perozic in the backfield as a lead block they give for Eidenauer. He follows that left side, 35-30. Burrows his way down to the 25-yard line, so Eidenauer with 11. And it will be 1st and 10, Ottawa Hills at the Montpelier 25. 2:23 and rolling to play first half. 35-0 Ottawa Hills on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Green Bears on their way to 8-1. And they'll stay unbeaten in the TAC, setting up a winner-take-all for the championship next week in Eden. 1st and 10, 25-yard line. The give is to Eidenauer again. 25, brought down at the 20-yard line. Caught from behind by Fackler, but he picks up 5 on the run. And it'll be 2nd down and 5. Ball resting middle of the field here on this 2nd and 5 at the 20. Impressive performance by the Green Bears.
Offensive, they've been great. Defense have been great, yeah, all the way around the board. Again, just methodical and efficient. The offensive line has just been incredible.
Pistol formation. Eidenauer in the backfield and a little movement up front. There'll be a false start on Ottawa Hills. So now 2nd and 10 back at the 25-yard line.
There's really not much more to say than that. I mean, you asked for some analysis here, and it's just been a really good job of Ottawa Hills done a really good job of creating holes, creating gaps, establishing the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And Montpelier hasn't. They have not been able to move Ottawa Hills on either side of the football, and it's really been that simple.
We've got a timeout. We'll take Archibald, by the way, a blocked punt turned into a scoop and score. 37-22 Streaks lead Patrick Henry. Here, 35-zip Ottawa Hills, $1:14 left in the half. They'll have a 2nd and 10 at the Montpelier 25 when we come back.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, and take it home today. They carry hundreds of new, used, and scratch and dent appliances in stock, and they carry the brands you need. Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE to take home right now with you. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Andy and Mike back with you here in Ottawa Hills. 1:14 left in the first half. A 2nd and 10 for the Green Bears at the Montpelier 25-yard line following that false start penalty. A couple of timeouts remaining for Ottawa Hills. No timeouts left for Montpelier. Eidenauer will remain in the backfield. Rocco Pillarelli's night is done. It appears. It's done now with this big of a lead, and he had an injured ankle earlier in this first half. It's been Eidenauer the rest of the way since. On this 2nd and 10, it's an RPO swing to the near side. Reddick, Pillarelli, 25-20, makes a move to the 15. Belted down, and a penalty marker comes flying in at the 15.
Not sure what that was at because I had my eyes glued down there. And
he is going to be very near the first down if this stands.
Big hit that time.
Illegal man downfield. Offensive lineman got downfield. So that will back them up a little more. 64 seconds left in the first half of play. 35-zip our score. Ball comes back to the 30. So it's 2nd and 15 from the 30. Couple of Nickel and dime 5-yard penalties here against Ottawa Hills that has backed them up. Receiver right, 3 bunch to the left, Eidenauer in the backfield, Miller in the gun. Miller a little half roll to the left, steps away from trouble, steps up, fires, and Chavez Martin got a hand on it. As it falls to the turf, it'll be 3rd down and long.
They're in his own defensive coverage that time, and Chavez Martin got his hand up there, almost picked it off.
3rd and 15 at the 30.
Keep in mind, Ottawa Hills has an outstanding kicker.
Aaron, Cal, are they in range? Are they in field goal range? No? Not yet? Okay. Well, okay. They say maybe not quite yet.
Into the wind, too. That's going to be a factor.
Absolutely.
But Michael Williams is legit. He can kick her. Michael Walker, excuse me.
3rd down and 15. From the 30. Receiver in a wing to the right, receiver to the left. Eidenauer, the only running back. Perozic flips over to the left side. 58 seconds to play. Miller wants to throw back, coming back for Cooper Eidenauer, and it's incomplete. Pretty good bracketed coverage there by Montpelier. It was Brink and Smith who weren't going to allow him to get free, and that'll be 4th and 15.
Locomotive's really all over that. Ottawa Hill's going to keep the offense out there and not try the long field goal.
Yeah.
Just a little bit too far.
As you said, into the wind.
Michael Walker,
wind.
Yep.
4th and 15, Ottawa Hills at the Montpelier 30. 52 seconds left in the first half. 35-zip Ottawa Hills on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Trips come to the right. Pistol formation. Eidenauer in the backfield. Miller gets the snap. Play action. Miller coming to the near side on the move. Looks, throws downfield toward the end zone. It's caught by Perozic, but he's out of bounds, and there's a penalty flag anyways. It was not going to happen. It was going to be a holding penalty against Ottawa Hills, which Montpelier would refuse, and they would take over on downs with 43 seconds left. That'll be the first stop of the night of the Ottawa Hills offense. And now Montpelier has 43 seconds, but no timeouts, as they will get the ball at their own 30-yard line.
Homecoming tonight here in Ottawa Hills, and they do their homecoming a little bit different. I think most schools we've seen do it before the game starts. Ottawa Hills does it at halftime, so...
I watched you weren't here.
Huh?
You guys
saw the parade, right?
I saw the entire parade come through the neighborhood tonight.
Yeah, how was it?
It was good. It was a good parade.
Were you the...
I was not riding the engine.
You were not the marshal?
No, and I wasn't on a fire engine either. Loss of 4. Hey, I was on a fire engine back when Montpelier had their sesquicentennial, and I vowed to not do that again because I think I was illegally on there, along with most of Montpelier. That will bring the first half, I think, to a close. Montpelier may take one more snap. It looked like they were going to. Now backing out. 12 seconds left. Down to 10. It'll be a 2nd and 14 at their own 26. Down to 4, 3, and that'll be the end of the first half of play. A first half dominated by Ottawa Hills as they score on all but one first half possession. We go to the locker room, and our score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Ottawa Hills 35, Montpelier nothing. This is high school football coverage for Week 9 on B-Rock Sport.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Montpelier, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Mount Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has Mom and Dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
How are you, brother?
Welcome back out here to Ottawa Hills, where it's all Green Bears at halftime, up 35-0. Let's recap the scoring of the first half of play. Look at that cat right there. After a 3-and-out by Montpelier, Ottawa Hills would have their first possession at their own 49-yard line. Rocco Pillarelli would cap a 7-play, 51-yard drive on a 10-yard TD run, and it was 7-0. Another 3-and-out, and there's a theme alert here. Another 3-and-out by Montpelier. Ottawa Hills would go 70 yards in 8 plays. Rocco Pillarelli, his second rushing touchdown of the night from a yard out, and it was 14-0. Montpelier would be forced to punt on their third possession of the night. Ottawa Hills would get a short field at the 42 of Montpelier, go 7 plays, 42 yards. Chase Miller would find Reddick Pillarelli for the 7-yard touchdown pass, and it was 21-0. A 3-and-out again by Montpelier would set Ottawa Hills up at midfield. Mitchell Eidenauer in for the injured Rocco Pillarelli. 5-play, 50-yard drive. Eidenauer the final 5 yards, and it was 28-0 Green Bears. And then Montpelier would get a first down finally on their next to last possession of the first half. Have it for 6 plays, and then go for it, give it up on downs. Ottawa Hills would get another half field starting at the Montpelier 48. 4-play drive, Miller to Jack Perozic on a screen from 54 yards. They had been backed up a little bit because of penalty, and that makes it 35-0 and a continuous clock game. Mike Bumb, you have some statistics to update us on.
We'll start off with the Locomotives. They do have 5 first downs, rushing. They ran the ball 5 times for, unfortunately, a negative 9 yards. Hayden Sharps was 2 for 14 passing. He has 10 yards in the air. The Locomotives do not have any turnovers. Actually, Montpelier right now with the negative yardage, of course, with the rushing attack is negative yards, even with those 5 first downs that they had. How about individually? Hayden Sharps was 2 for 11, as I said, for 10 yards. Cam Smith does have 2 catches, the only 2 catches for the Locomotives for 10 yards. And again, as I said, the Locomotives really have nobody in the positive rushing the football. Ottawa Hill has just been outstanding up front and really controlling the line of scrimmage. Ottawa Hill's a little different story. 20 first downs for the Green Bears in the first half. Miller has been 10 for 16, throwing the football for 170 yards. The Bears do have 121 yards on the ground as well. Individually, for the Green Bears, we said Miller was 10 for 15 for 165 yards. And leading the row, Pirelli has 72 yards on the ground carrying the football. And Eidenauer has 54 yards on the ground carrying for the Green Bears.
All of that leading to a 35-0 halftime score, and when we begin the second half, it will be a continuous clock second half, at least initially. We'll step aside on the Main Stops halftime show. Ben Murray will be in next with score updates around the area coming up in just a moment.
Your friends at your neighborhood Eden Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Eden, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Eden Farmers Co-op.
Hi, this is Russ Davies with Andrews O'Neill & Lowe Insurance Agency. Community means caring for the people we call neighbors and the places we call home. For the past 100 years, Andrews O'Neill & Lowe has been proud to do just that. In partnership with Central Insurance, we're honored by your trust in us to protect your family, assets, business, and everything that matters most to you. Thanks for being a part of our story. We've provided you peace of mind over the past century and look forward to doing the same for the next 100 years. Learn more at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
It's all about the tools this October at Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan. Buy a Craftsman V20 battery and charger starter kit for only $99 and get a V20 mini vac, jigsaw, reciprocating saw, or circular saw for free. Or check out the Milwaukee M18 compact drill driver and impact driver combo kit for only $199 and get the M18 battery pack for free. Milwaukee also has a selection of hand tools and accessories on sale at 15% off. Whatever you need, Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan has you covered. Ace, the helpful place.
I'm Ben Murray, and with a check of your Week 9 halftime high school football scores. Brought to you by the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The main stops of Northwest Ohio. In our broadcast game from Norm Niedenmeyer Stadium in Ottawa Hills with Andy and Mike, has Ottawa Hills leading Montpelier at half, 35-0. In Edgerton tonight, with Tenora is leading Edgerton at half, 10-0. In our sister station broadcast with Dave Brobston and Wauseon over Bryan, Wauseon is leading Bryan at the start of the third quarter, 13-6. Patrick Henry, Archibald is rolling Patrick Henry 37-32. Liberty Center is bombing Delta 41-0, your halftime score in that one. Evergreen is slamming Swanton 10-7. Elmwood over Eden 28-0. North Central is bombing Van Loo 62-0. Also, Napoleon is at halftime over Bowling Green 21-0. In the WBL, start of the third quarter, Salina is over Defiance 10-0. Shawnee is over Ottawa Glandorf 18-3 at halftime. Halftime score, St. Mary's is leading Elida 15-0. Wapakoneta over Bath 24-0. And Van Wert leads Kenton 27-6. Your score in that one. I'll send it back out to Norm Niedenmeyer Stadium to Andy Brigle and Mike Bumb after these radio messages on B-Rock 100.9. Your halftime scoreboard update has been brought to you by the main stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The main stops of Northwest Ohio. I'm Ben Murray. Stay with us.
When you're on the road this summer, your rewards checking account at Midwest Community has deals from coast to coast that you can access online or in the app. It goes where you go, so you never miss a sweet deal on dining, hotels, entertainment, and more. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, just use the built-in roadside assistance to get back up and running. You also get cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more, all included with your rewards checking account. It's banking that connects to life in all the ways you do. Learn more today at MidwestCommunity.org.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
See Cannell Insurance Agency of downtown Montpelier, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Leave your cares behind when you step through the doors at 18A on Broad Street in Montpelier, right next to Cookies on Demand. 18A is a speakeasy cocktail lounge set back in the 1920s. Dress in your favorite cocktail attire or stay casual. 18A is a place to visit with old friends and make new ones. Step back in time, relax, and enjoy yourself at 18A. Reservations are required, so call 419-212-4613 and make your reservation today.
Welcome back out here to Ottawa Hills as we dive in here at halftime of our Main Stops halftime show. Heading in to week number 9. This is where we are at as far as local teams. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Division 3, Region 10. Defiance currently sits 9th. They're in. They have clinched a playoff spot, so congratulations to Travis Cooper and company. They have a 42% chance of getting a home game, but they're going to fall anywhere from a 6 to a 10 seed at Defiance. Regardless of what happens, it has been a fantastic turnaround season for the Defiance Bulldogs. I know one of your top 2 or 3 turnaround teams this year.
I think Defiance is number 1 in our area, and I think Paulding's the second best story in our area, how they've turned that around this year.
So Defiance is in. You can punch a ticket there. They're projected, by the way, to be a 10 in projections and based on results of what they think is going to happen at the end of the year. In Division 4, Region 14 coming into tonight, Wauseon was 9th. Napoleon was 10th. Remember, they started 0-4, and they've rattled their last 4 off. They got a big one tonight with a ton of points against Bowling Green. They're currently 10th. Bryan is currently 12th. Now, According to the Drew Pasteur website, all 3 of those teams are in. Other sites say control their own destiny, but even at 5-5, they still feel like Bryan would be in. Bryan's a 12 seed right now. Projected seeds based on some results, and I forgot Van Wert's up there at number 6. Projections are Van Wert at 5, Napoleon 9, Wauseon 11, and Bryan at 14 as a 14 seed, even at 5-5.
Wow.
That would get them in according to projections. Yeah. And we thought maybe 5-5 was going to make them more of a bubble team, but it sounds like they're in.
Not as many teams in Division 3.
Well, here's your team. 23 teams in D4.
Yeah, or 4, excuse me. 23 teams. So, yeah, I mean that.
So,
yeah,
they're in a
good for them.
Pretty good spot.
And a dogfight tonight against Wauseon.
Division 5, Region 18, Liberty Center not only has clinched a playoff spot, not only has clinched one home playoff game, but assuming they get a second, that will also be at home as well. Archibald is a 4 seed right now. They've clinched a playoff spot. They're home for 1 game that opening week, likely for 2 games as well. And then a fringe team is Delta, and I don't think we're going to see Delta. They lost tonight. They put them on the fringe, I think, because Liberty Center was there, and if they pulled off that humongous upset, they would get a lot of points. But so your teams, and that's that D5, Region 18, that's our area's definition and that state definition of Murderers Row, all those teams that are in.
Coldwater, Archibald, Liberty Center, Oak Harbor, as you said. I mean, that's some heavy hitters that are there.
So then we move down to Division 6, Region 22, and this Ottawa Hills team is one of those teams. Just looking around the area, Bluffton is in. They've clinched a home game as a number 1 seed right now. Columbus Grove is in. They've clinched a playoff spot. Tenora is clinched a playoff spot as well. They're the 6th seed right now. Ottawa Hills is in and likely will get a home game. This is going to help tonight from a 6-2 Montpelier team. Now, Paulding was in control of their own destiny at 5-3. They were getting beaten tonight by Antwerp. They need at the very least to be 6-4 to get in or have a shot at getting in, Paulding. And they get Wayne Trace, a couple of county teams and rivals to end the year. Wayne Trace came in 4-4. And according to reports, they need to be 5-5 to get in as well. So a really decent chance for all 3 Paulding County schools to be in.
Be something?
Yeah, that really would be. So that's Division 6, Region 22. In Division 7, Region 26, Patrick Henry has clinched a playoff spot and a home game. Antwerp is in and likely at home. You look at Ayersville, they are in as a 9 seed. North Central is likely in. They're going to be 8-1 after tonight. Eden is a bubble team, and I say this now, bubble team if they end up 6-4. They're down big tonight, so you assume they're coming into this big Ottawa Hills showdown in Week 10 at 5-4. They would be more like a 78% chance team to get in with 6 wins, so that means they're going to have to get one. And Montpelier, it looks as if their hopes have been dashed now because they would needed to get to 8 wins, and that would have been obviously included tonight, and that one's not going to happen tonight. But the projections, before we go to you, Eden still is projected as a 16 seed if they get in, which would more than likely mean a trip to PH or Calvert or Macomb. North Central projected as a 12, and then Montpelier projected as an 18. So it's all yours now to talk about D7.
Well, nothing more than what you already said right there. Again, Eden, it looks like they're going to have to, they're probably not going to win tonight unless something miraculous happens, which means they would have to win against Ottawa Hills, or we won't be talking about them in postseason. So they're off the table. Montpelier doesn't look so good anymore. Again, that was kind of, they were holding on to hopes of, even if Montpelier would fall a little bit short tonight and somehow, win next week, which they should, beat Hilltop with 7-3, get them in, but just not getting enough secondary points to get the Locomotives in at a 7-3 record. So Patrick Henry very strong in that region. That'll be a difficult one again with that vaunted NWAL schedule. Somebody to keep an eye on going forward. Bluffton, obviously, we talked about them a little bit. Good football team as well, who beat Ayersville.
Yeah.
And Ayersville's only loss was Bluffton and Tenora. So 2 good football teams there, so a lot to be played. I like Patrick Henry. If you're asking me right now, of course, no, we haven't seen some of those schools outside of our area, but Patrick Henry is a good football team, and in a dogfight tonight against Archibald. And Archibald, I think, has got the capability, I know they're in D5, of going really deep in the tournament.
You know, you mentioned Bluffton at 8-0, enjoying their finest season since they went 10-0 back in 2004 that season. And think about, just listen to this stat, how dominating Bluffton has been. In week 2, they gave up a fourth-quarter touchdown. Have not allowed any points since then going into tonight. Have outscored their teams 264-0. They just beat a Leipzig team that's going to go to the postseason. That was their 6th consecutive shutout, and 3 of those 6 shutouts have come against teams that are either 6-2 or 5-3. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the definition of impressive.
Defense also travels well in bad weather as we get in here into the November days.
So here are some quirks, some playoff quirks. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Most likely to have 9 wins but not get a home game. North Central's one of those teams that's going to get to 9 wins, and that's where a bad schedule will come back and bite you. You don't play anybody and you have 9 wins, you're not going to be at home. Catholic Central of Steubenville also 9-win team is going to be on the road. Vinton County is going to be a 9-win team. They're going to be on the road. John Glenn, probably a 9-win team. They're going to be on the road. Most likely to have 7 wins but miss the playoffs. Montpelier, and they're projecting a win now next week over Hilltop now, but if they get to 7, that would be one of those teams that they would have a 94% chance, maybe higher now. We're seeing some other results of not getting in. Eden could fall into that category as well of having 7 wins and not getting in, and Eden's falling into the category of being on that bubble if they have 6 wins and maybe not getting in. Those are just some schools from our immediate area that's worth mentioning. Now, you want to talk about playoffs and 16 teams getting in? How about this? There is a host of teams most likely to get a playoff berth as a 2-8 team. I mean, there are a bunch of them. They're bigger schools, and there's one, and that's St. Ignatius. And I had no idea St. Ignatius was this bad. If this is Cleveland, it just says St. Ignatius. There isn't another. Okay, so they could be a 1-win team and get into the postseason.
I don't see how that's possible. I don't see how that's possible.
The schedule that they play and that one team that they've already beaten.
That one team undefeated? I mean,
I did not look into the schedule. Yeah,
I've never heard of that. I've heard of, I think, a 4-win team.
I've heard of a 0-win team get in, but that was because there was no, like the teams in the region was very small, like 8 teams in the region or 16 teams in the region.
Well, that's news to me. 1-win team and Ignatius getting in would be, boy, that kind of defeats the whole purpose.
It really does. I mean, at that point, if you're getting 1- and 2-win teams in, you might as well just say, let's welcome everybody.
Come on, Indiana, baby. That's all do it, right?
Yeah. We're going to step aside. Actually, let's step aside. We'll take our final halftime break. We're going to dive into the second half, that what will start as a running clock second half. 35-0, Ottawa Hills in control. You've been listening to Main Stops to Northwest Ohio halftime report on B-Rock Sports.
Be part of the Montpelier Athletic Boosters and help support all the athletes at the Montpelier schools by calling 419-485-6785. The Montpelier Athletic Boosters would like to wish all the Montpelier athletes good luck in today's game. Strive to be the best, and you will succeed at everything you do. The Montpelier Boosters are proud of all your achievements. Good luck and do your best. That's all anyone can ask. And go Locos!
Wake up the kids and head out to Knocking Point Outfitters on County Road 17, just south of Bryan, for some pancakes and pumpkin carving October 21st. A free will pancake breakfast by the Knocking Point Deadeyes begins at 8 a.m. Then pick out your pumpkin and get carving for the Facebook carving contest. It's all taking place Saturday, October 21st at Knocking Point Outfitters, County Road 17, just south of Bryan, the starting point for every perfect shot.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
50, it's great. Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb, welcome back out here to Ottawa Hills and Norm Niedermeyer Stadium. We are glad you could be with us here. 35-0. Foz, this is one of those games that you just have to boy, if you're Montpelier, just keep playing hard. Keep playing hard. You're not going to win the game.
Keep playing hard. Yep, absolutely. Not going to win the game, as you said. Try to build for next week. You still got one more game left. And then, you're as coach, you go out there, you talk about personal pride and performance individually, and go out, and then you just say, listen, let's just try to get something going. Let's win the third quarter, then let's win the second half. Those kind of things, and really is all you can do in this kind of situation. There's not much more that can be said.
How much now, if you're Ottawa Hills, you've got weather coming in the rain. You already have lost one starter tonight. You're in the postseason. You have a big showdown on the road at Eden last week. How long, as a 13-year head football coach, how long do you keep them out there, the ones, if you're Ottawa Hills?
Good question. For sure, the first series, if not the whole third quarter. There's the rain situation that's coming. There is a higher percentage chance of slipping and turning an ankle or something like that once the rain comes.
You've lost one starter for that.
You've already lost one starter, so I think that's something. But for sure, the first series, I think, listen, it's going to be a quick second half because it's a continuous clock. So if you're asking me right now, Ottawa Hills gets the ball to start off. Tell your starters, you go down, you score, you go up 42-0, and then you're done.
Okay. Halftime again been brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Got a tight one in that Bryan-Wauseon game. It has been close all night. Bryan now up 20-13 on Wauseon with 3:50 left in that third quarter of play. Bryan, of course, will finish the year hosting the Archibald Blue Streaks next week in week number 10, a game that they will be an underdog. By the way, speaking of Bryan, understand Noah Heward is in the top 10 right now in the Division II state golf. Wayne Trace and Archibald also with golf teams competing as well from our immediate area. So want to wish them the best and congratulations to all those golfers that have advanced. Ottawa Hills 7-1 on the year. A win tonight will match their win total of last year when they won 8 games in the regular season. Montpelier came in at 6-2, 1-1. Ottawa Hills 5-2 against Montpelier since 2016. As Foz said, the Green Bears are going to have the football first to start the second half. And a very efficient, methodical first half by Ottawa Hills on the offensive end, and then a smothering defensive effort. Montpelier has only one first down, and that because of a penalty by the Green Bears. They've held Montpelier to negative yardage as well overall on the night. So the Locos set to kick it away. I wonder if maybe they think a little onside here to steal a possession, and maybe not.
Well, what do you got to lose?
Yeah.
Want
to thank Ottawa Hills tonight. Yeah. Great hospitality having us here tonight.
The wind is Ottawa Hills will be receiving the ball and going against the wind, so that'll present a little bit more of a challenge too.
And we are underway, and it is an onside kick, and it will be gobbled up by Ottawa Hills near midfield. Went right into the waiting arms of Luke Nepper. So they'll take it at their own 49-yard line. And Ottawa Hills has their ones out there, as Mike predicted.
Yeah, you got to play at least a series. And
you're in week 9.
Yeah, you're in week 9, and wouldn't get too excited if they even played longer than that. It just depends. You got to know your football team.
You have a postseason that you have to stay sharp for.
Yep.
And stay sharp for Eden next week in a winner-take-all for the TAC. That loss tonight that Eden appears is going to suffer as a non-conference loss to Elmwood. Here's Pillarelli in motion to give on the inside. Now he's got a big hole 40. Running downhill 35. Chopped down by Staler at the 34, but got 17 on the run. And it'll be 1st and 10. And again, that O-line opening up gaping holes all night long. And as you said, this is a talented Montpelier D-line. This isn't somebody that there's been other teams that they were just better than from the get-go, and we see that they're better than them tonight, but we didn't think it was going to be that big of an advantage on paper coming in.
I'll come back to that.
In motion goes Pillarelli. They go right back to Eidenauer between the tackles, dropped after a gain of 1. He'll come down at the 33.
There's some people think that Ottawa Hills is in the conversation. We have talking to some people. This team this year is the best TAC team in the history of the TAC. Now, that may be a little bit dramatic because there have been some really good Northwood teams.
You had a couple yourself that were pretty good.
Yeah, but
at Hilltop.
But this team is certainly in the conversation of one of those. And man, up front, they're athletic, good size, but really athletic kids that can run.
Jet sweep to Pillarelli. Good cut at the 35-30, 25-20. Reading his blocks, using his blocks. 10-5 touchdown. Reddick Pillarelli cruising in from 33 yards out. And that'll make it 41-0. With the extra point coming from Micah Walker. Out of the hold of Chase Miller. Extra point is on the way, and it is good. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Ottawa Hills 42, Montpelier nothing. This is high school football on B-Rock Sports.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment delivers proven performance and efficiency, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Get the all-new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95, or pick the popular MS-170 chainsaw for just $179.95. Pick your power, and then pick up a Steel. All prices BES SRP at participating retailers.
See Black Swamp Equipment or go to blackswampequipment.net.
42-0 Ottawa Hills with the lead in this one. That was a very concise and quick drive for points. 3 plays and 51 yards for the score.
The clock stops at change of possessions, but
basically as soon as they tee it up and the official winds it, then we start going.
That's really about it. Change of possessions and penalties.
And injuries.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's a welcomed rule for most people.
Yep, very much. Here's the Walker boot. It'll bounce on the turf at the 25, bounce sideways. Brink comes to get it, spins away from the first attempted tackle, but cannot get away from the second wave. Jace Neuendorf, another special teams tackle, brings him down at the 27-yard line. And that's where Montpelier will start. 28-yard line officially, 1st and 10. Hey, want to thank Junior Jerger. Joel Jerger brought us a little halftime refreshments.
Good seeing him. First time I've seen him in a long time. Doing really well.
That cat doesn't sneak back into Williams County all that much, does he?
He's a busy guy.
He is a busy dude. Sharps through the hands of Chavez Martin and incomplete.
Nice strong throw that time by Sharps.
Ben Burke with the hit.
Got to pull that in, yep. Well, Pitters had 3 drops tonight, so they have to help their cause either. 1 for a touchdown, and just been difficult for them to get anything going.
It'll be 2nd and 10 now. They're 28. 44-22. Archibald now getting breathing room on Patrick Henry. So not only in, but getting a home game and trying to close out. Archibald hoping to be a 9-1 season with that only loss to Liberty Center. 2nd down and 10, Montpelier, 2 receivers right, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Pressure coming, little crossing route is caught by Smith at the 28 and punched out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. Ted Zaberski, who with the tackle. Short gain on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 5 from the 33-yard line.
This little crossing route there, it's difficult to defend in a man-to-man defense. And Cam Smith, 3rd catch tonight. All 3 catches for the Locomotives.
So 3rd and 5, Locos at their own 33. 7.5 to go in this 3rd quarter. 42-0 Green Bears. 2 receivers and a wing to the right, receiver to the left. Cooley the only running back on 3rd and 10. Sharps throws far side, and Gurrell can't bring it in. And it'll be 4th down. Providing late pressure there, or late coverage, was Nick Anderson.
Nice thrown ball that time by Sharps. And, with the wind out here, I'm not making excuses, but sometimes that wind can move the ball a little bit differently from time to time, and maybe that has some contributing factors to the Locomotives struggling to catch it.
Reddick Pillarelli is back deep, awaiting the Sharps punt with 6:50 and counting to play. Sharps gets it away, spiraling kick, hits at the 30, and rolls all the way down inside the 10. Going back to get it is Pillarelli. Pillarelli to the 15, to the 20, far side 30. Penalty markers are down on the play. Gurrell brings Pillarelli down on the play at the 32. That'll be a run of 23 yards and a booming with the wind punt by Hayden Sharps. And let's check the flag. I believe it's going to be on Ottawa Hills for an illegal block. Nearing the midway point of this 3rd period. Again, if you're just tuning in, Rocco Pillarelli, Reddick's brother, had a couple of touchdowns early and then turned an ankle and is not coming back.
See him down there in a boot right now. Walking boot.
Be interested to see in week 10 if we see him. He has a whole week to recover now. Get the necessary treatment.
It looked like he was going to try to go in there in the first half, but
Chase Miller and the offense remain out there. Eidenauer in the backfield. Eidenauer gets the call. 20, 25, and down to the 27, out to the 27-yard line.
See Jack Vicent right there again, a kid that we've spotlighted. Last year we talked a lot about. This year as well, the right tackle. Man, he is just a
road grader.
Road grader. Boy, is he physical. And just spotlight on him, Andy, one time, and just look at the movement he gets.
Carter Wade made that last stop after a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. Pistol formation. Receiver both ways. Wing to the left. Eidenauer the lone setback. 5:15 to go in the 3rd. 42-0. It's Eidenauer again off the left side to the 30. 31-yard line. Wade makes another stop.
Called his name a couple times there, Carter Wade, this half.
1st and 10. Again, Ottawa Hills at Eden. Montpelier will host Hilltop. Those are the Week 10 matchups. Will be in Eden for that Ottawa Hills-Eden collision for the TAC title. 1st and 10, Green Bears at their own 31-yard line. This is their 2nd possession of the 2nd half. After Montpelier went 3 and out, Ottawa Hills scored on the first series of downs in this 3rd quarter. Pistol look again. Couple of receivers left. Eidenauer gets the call. 30, 35, getting into that 2nd level. Wrestled down at the 39-yard line. Ash Walls the tackle after a run of 7. Next snap going to come under 4 minutes to go in this 3rd period.
Well, Andy, I look up into the beautiful lights here at Ottawa Hills. I see the first signs of precipitation.
8:52 is the time, so Joe Bree wins the pool.
What do you say?
8:50.
8:50?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
by the way, it's now 52-6, Elmwood leading Eden.
What is going on there?
It's a rout. Liberty Center putting it to Delta, 51-0. Bryan and Wasion tied at 20. Northwood has taken the lead on Hilltop, 20-8. 70-6, North Central over Van Loo. 17-0, Salina leads Defiance. Those are all updates there. PH and Archbold still 44-22. So a lot of running clock situations, it appears. At least a handful of games around the area. That last run brought it to a 3rd down now at the 39-yard line. A 3rd and 2. 3rd down and 2 for Ottawa Hills at their own 40 as the rain has begun. On a fake on the jet sweep, Miller is going to keep it, trying to get to the edge, and he dives, and it's going to be close. He was hit in the backfield, dove forward, and got the first down. Needed 2, collected 3. And that'll move the chains, and it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Eli Fackler, the stop. Now Archibald is up 30 in that game. So they have a running clock in that game, which was a back and forth first half of play. And now the Blue Streaks have always had the offensive footing, found their defensive footing tonight, and have stymied the Patriots. 1st and 10, Green Bears at their own 42-yard line. 2 and change to play in the 3rd. Receiver right and left, wing to the right. Pistol formation. Miller gives to Eidenauer. 45, spun forward to the 47-yard line. Picked up 5 before Walls brought him down.
Who do you like to go the farthest in the playoffs outside of Archibald and Liberty Center? In our area, obviously.
I think Antwerp can still
get a couple wins.
I think they can get a couple wins. I think Antwerp's at least regional semis.
Good pick.
I'll tell you what. I want to see what the matchups look like, but this Ottawa Hills team is built also. You know what it's like. Postseason play, Ohio, weather's going to get a little colder. You need strong offensive and defensive lines. You need a really good defense that travels. They have speed. They have skill position.
I like that pick, Andy. I'll take Patrick Henry. And I know they're getting beat tonight.
Oh, Miller likes nice move, makes the defender wave by him. Now down the field, finds Snyder for a diving grab. What an individual play by Chase Miller.
How many times he done that tonight?
That's at least 4.
4 times Montpelier's had him. He kind of somehow slithers out. Looks awkward when he's going to his right as a left-handed quarterback and kind of throws it unconventionally, but he gets the job done.
And he got 13 on the pickup there. And it's a 1st and 10 to the Montpelier 40.
I'll take Patrick Henry in Division 7 just because I think their schedule in the NWL is so difficult.
That's not bad, even without Meyer.
I think they can win. How long's he out for, by the way?
I think he's done for the year.
So I think they can win a couple games in D7. Maybe more than a couple.
One more snap probably of this 3rd quarter here. Empty the backfield for Miller. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver and a tight end to the right, a wing to the left. Pillarelli a give on the jet sweep, 40. Pillarelli 35, cut back 30, 25, running through the defense, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Reddick, Pillarelli to probably put a cap on the offensive night for the ones.
Yeah, again, nice crease there by the offensive line. Pillarelli, boy, he's got some speed and explosiveness there and just kind of finds a gap, stops, redirects, and does a nice job.
That's the play that will close out the 3rd quarter officially. We'll have an extra point attempt here to finish it officially. 48-0, looking for 49, and it's a bad snap, picked up, and now just Miller will just go down after Walker tried to toss it to him. 48-0, that's about all that's gone wrong for Ottawa Hills tonight as they roll, going to the 4th. Over Montpelier, 48-0. We'll be right back.
John Dye and everyone at Strong Real Estate in Montpelier would like to wish all the athletes in tonight's game good luck. Located right in the heart of Montpelier, Ohio, Strong Real Estate Solutions is successfully helping people find that perfect home, building lot, or commercial property. Strong Real Estate Associates are available to provide you with full service in all your real estate needs. Contact John Dye today at Strong Real Estate Solutions in Montpelier, Ohio.
What's better for lunch than soup and a sandwich? Soup and a sandwich with a cookie for dessert. Cookies on Demand in Montpelier offers you just that. Sandwiches on a ciabatta bun or a wrap loaded with chicken salad, ham salad, egg salad, tuna salad, or cream chicken, and now serving sloppy joes too. Add a cup or a bowl of soup or even a taco salad. And don't forget the cookie, pumpkin, peanut butter blossom, or chocolate chip, just to name a few. It's also time to get your orders in for your holiday events, dinners, parties, or gifts. Cookies on Demand on Broad Street in Montpelier is a great choice. Cookies on Demand, the freshest cookie around.
Starting the 4th here, 48-0 Ottawa Hills, ready to kick off to Montpelier. 32-14, Ayersville over Wayne Trace. We'll have all the finals on the scoreboard show when we are done here tonight. That's being presented to you by Midwest Community Federal Credit Union. Roughly, I would say, in about, 15 minutes from now, 10 to 15 minutes from now, the way a running clock game runs.
Yeah, and it's coming down pretty hard right now, the rain, so.
Here comes the kickoff by Micah Walker with the wind, and that's going to be a touchback. Bouncing into the end zone. 1st and 10 coming out for Montpelier. So Ottawa Hills will go 8-1 at the end of tonight and be 3-0 in the TAC. Montpelier is going to fall to 6-3, and they'll be 1-2 in the TAC, both with TAC games next week, as we mentioned. Ottawa Hills at Eden and Montpelier hosting Hilltop. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Oh, just thank you for his churros. Those could have been our churros if we had took it from us.
New quarterback, and it is Walker who gives off the right side. Michael Walker with a handoff. Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm looking at the wrong team. Hayden Sharps with the give off the right side to Griff Cooley. I got locked into a running clock game, and Bummer and I were focused on a future conversation, and I just screwed up. Maybe we'll see. I don't know who the backup will be for Ottawa Hills, but we anticipate seeing 2s. That last run picked up 5 for Sharps. Sharps, quick screen to the far side, juggled and dropped, and then almost picked off the deflection, off the hands of Smith. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, ball's starting to get a little bit slick here.
Do you have a memorable weather game that you played in? Whether it be rain, wind, both, snow?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them. Right now, at the top of my head is at Eden when it was sleeting so bad I couldn't
That's
see.
when you were coaching.
Yeah.
How about when you played? I heard Evergreen shouted out over here.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's been so many years ago. I mean, I'm getting old. It's hard to remember all that.
Wow, you got no recollection then, really. Coming near side is Cooley. He falls forward for 3.
Been a lot of games in there, bud. Been a lot of games, so.
And a lot of games. We'll stay there. 4th and 2 with 9:50 to go.
All blending together.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that game that you're talking about. Yeah. From the old Eden press box and staring across. There was just a little spell that we couldn't see you guys on that sideline.
See anything, yeah.
4th and 2. And a hard count for Montpelier will draw Ottawa Hills into the neutral zone. And that'll give them a 1st down. That's 2 tonight that they've gotten as far as 1st downs via penalty on Ottawa Hills. 9 and change to play here in this one. Ottawa Hills up 48-0 here in this one. Don't let this loss, if you're a Montpelier fan still listening, don't let this loss deter you or take anything off of what's happened and happening at Montpelier in the football program. Andy Robinson has something going here, very nice. Wants to stick around and continue to build that as well as Cooley rumbles for 6 there.
That's going to be a good one, too, as he fills out. Cooley, been a nice player this year, both the running back and linebacker spot. Challenge for Montpelier. They lose a lot of seniors this year, relatively speaking, with the roster size. And they've got to get out and they've got to recruit the hallways. They've got some nice players, got some nice pieces coming back. But, well, after this play, we'll talk about it.
Another run for Cooley. And he should have enough for the 1st down out to the 44.
Seeing some backups right now for Ottawa Hills. But in this situation, Montpelier's going to have a roster number issue next year. And there's no way around that. And it comes down to how much does the school, the kids, the parents want to have a football program next year. I think there's going to be some great numbers coming Montpelier's way in the youth league and junior high. But in order to bridge that gap the next year or two, there's going to have to be some kids to come out to play football that haven't in the past if you want to have a football program and if your school and community wants to have it bad enough. So that'll be the challenge in the offseason for everybody involved with the Montpelier program.
Cooley just picked up the first down.
Yep. Great game.
Second down and 3 coming up. See you next week at Eden. Second down at midfield and 3 yards. Back to throw is Sharps. Flush to the far side and throws at the feet of Gurrell, and it'll be third down. 7 minutes left in this one here. Wassey on 27, Bryan 20. 9:26 left in that one. Evergreen leads Swanton 23-14. Archbold up now 59-22. That was a 23-22 game at one time, Archbold. And now have scored 36 unanswered. How'd you like that quick math? I don't think you'd have come up with that.
Oh, you're smart.
3rd and 3 on an out route. It's incomplete. Off the fingertips of Staylor. And right there with him was William Hickey, a freshman. And it'll be another 4th down attempt for the Locos. So, 4th down coming up. When this game concludes, we will get you to the Midwest Community Federal Credit and Scoreboard Show. Rocco Pillarelli, a couple of TD runs tonight before his ankle injury, 10 yards and 1 yard. Chase Miller, a couple of TD passes, one to Perozic of 54 yards, and Reddick Pillarelli of 7 yards. Reddick also has a 40-yard TD run and a 33-yard TD run. Here's your 4th and 3 from midfield. A swing pass to Cooley. Cooley has it at the 50, 45, 40, and out of bounds. He'll have a first down and a pickup on the play to the 42 officially, so they'll get 11 on the pass play and move the chains.
Cooley's still playing hard.
And you love, if you're a coach right now and you're down 48-0, that's one thing you're looking for out of every kid that's on the field still. How hard are they still playing?
Yep.
And you point that out, don't you, in film? You'll look at that in film. I mean, you want to see that. Effort, effort, effort. Empty backfield for Sharps and company. Probably the last offensive drive of the night. Sharp's going to scramble and run. 40-yard line, slides down there after a scramble of 3. This is the most sustained drive of the night for Montpelier. They have a 2nd down and 7 at the 39-yard line. Inside of the 5-minute mark left.
You know, and again, if you're Montpelier, Ottawa Hills has done this to everybody except for Whiteford this year.
Yeah, that's true. Empty backfield, 3 to the right, 2 receivers left. Sharps throws, pass caught, Smith, 35. Tiptoes down the sideline, 30. Cut back, 25. He's at the 20 and knocked out of bounds there at about the 19-yard line. Pickup of 22 on the play. And it will be a 1st and 10. Weaver among those on the stop on the far side. 1st down and 10, Montpelier at the 20 of Ottawa Hills. A chance to avoid the shutout here at the 4-minute mark left in this, what has been a continuous clock second half. 3 receivers to the right and a wing to the right. Little flare to the right side, and it's incomplete, intended for Smith. And it'll be 2nd down and 10. This will be the 12th play of the drive coming up here. Again, want to thank Greg Neuendorf, who's the acting athletic director here at Ottawa Hills, for greeting us, taking care of us when we got here tonight.
Yeah.
Brandon Carter and Andy Robinson for their time in our pregame and prep time. Sharps to throw on 2nd and 10. Has all day to throw. Now flushing to the right side. Sliding grab. Nope, it's going to be incomplete. Wanted Gurrell at about the 15, but Gurrell could not come up with it. 3rd and 10. With 3 minutes to go.
And Cam Smith over the middle there that just couldn't find him there. Would have been a nice pickup if you could reach him there. Tomorrow, big games. The Irish. Going to be some bad weather in South Bend.
Bad weather.
Yeah.
Well, it's a tough ask getting Caleb. That defense is terrible, but you got to be able to score some points and contain Caleb Williams a little bit. Who do you like, though, in the Oregon-Washington game?
Great
That's
question.
a great game.
It's home. I like Michael Penix, the quarterback.
You going Huskies?
I'm going Huskies at home. And they are 3-point favorites, I believe.
3rd and 10. Here's Sharps looking for the end zone, has Staylor for the touchdown. Nice ball by Sharps.
Sure was. Nice ball. Good job by the Locomotives to respond there and not give up. Again, against some twos there for Ottawa Hills, but still they took care of business.
20-yard TD pass. Foz, that was a 13-play, 80-yard drive to close the game out. So something positive to spin them into Hilltop.
I'll take Washington at home. I'll take A&M on the road. Don't know how I feel about USC in Notre Dame yet.
Who's A&M got tomorrow?
They got Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yeah. Still
new kicker
wrestling with the Notre Dame USC game.
No, I beg your pardon. That's Smith kicking. I thought I'd seen a different. No, I thought I'd seen a different number that was trying to kick, because we've seen. Remember, Smith was punting earlier this year, and they made that switch to Sharps. Extra point is good by Smith. And it's 48-7 now with 1:25 left. One more possession to end it.
Don't you feel the Irish have got to get a signature win? And
yeah,
I don't count Duke as that signature win.
It's a good win.
It's a good win.
I didn't say signature. I'd agree that's not a signature win. That's a good win.
Big time win. USC, Ohio State.
I did see a really good, or listen to a really good. It was a podcast this week with Greg McElroy. And McElroy, who I think is as good as there is analyst on TV, he said what he's saying. He feels like the jury's out on Freeman right now, because what they said about Kirby Smart when he was starting the Georgia run as a head coach is essentially the same thing. Some in-game decisions, some clock management decisions. And I thought it was a very fair comparison. And to say, well, wait a minute. You're not going to not going to pull the plug on this in year number 2, because then you get into a habit of becoming one of those schools that fires and we have become that society. It's more at the professional level than it is, but it's gotten down to the college level some more now. But I would agree that they need, and this one, and Clemson will be ranked. It's not vintage Clemson, but Clemson will be ranked by the time they go there in early November. So you have a couple of opportunities, and really, if you run the table, you can get into a New Year's 6 game at 10-2. But a lot of work still needs to be done. Now, are you able, as an Ohio State guy, you got to make some plans tomorrow to see a Peacock game, or do you have Peacock?
No. Actually, I won't be available to watch it tomorrow. So I will not. The Purdue game.
Yeah.
And
those are always tough for Ohio State going to Purdue.
Weather could factor into it. There's something missing there with the Buckeyes. I think most people will say the offensive line is maybe not as good, but I think that's fair. Defense is legit. Just something missing there.
1st and 10, high snap, and kneel downs now from here on. In fact, that's it. One kneel down to end it. Thanks to everybody for tuning in tonight, and we appreciate everybody tonight for this one. And as we said, Ottawa Hills and Montpelier, thanks to the coaches and for their time in the pregame. A dominant performance. We'll see this Ottawa Hills team one more time as they will be at Eden next Friday night for the Toledo Area Athletic Conference Championship. Again, our final tonight, Ottawa Hills 48, Montpelier 7. The Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show starts now. Good night, everybody.